county. It's our people. It's in our blood. AIB, proud sponsors of the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship.
Good afternoon. The finish line is already in sight for both Donegal and Tyrone. And at some stage today, that All-Ireland semi-final lineup will be complete. But if this summer has taught us anything, there are likely to be quite a few bumps in the road left for all those still involved. So strap yourselves in. The next few hours, like the next few weeks, are going to be high octane.
Galway are the champions, and Galway live to fight another day. That's victory for Meath. They have beaten Dublin. What a performance by the Royals, the All-Ireland champions in 2024. And that is inch perfect. Great victory for Armagh. Oh my word! An absolute whacker! You can't beat class. You can't beat experience.
On what's already a weekend of eye-catching All-Ireland quarter-finals, this is probably the most anticipated. Armagh against Kerry is at 4. And before that, Meath look to add Galway to their list of conquests when they throw in at 1:45. And they'll also be looking to make up a little bit for their last trip to Croke Park, that Leinster final heartbreak against Louth. It isn't actually that long since Meath won here though. Their Tailteann Cup victory was only the summer before last, except of the team that started against Down that July. Only 7 are named in today's starting 15. Galway arrive here as provincial champions, but they have had to make a couple of late diversions from the championship exit already this month. New heroes and new leaders have emerged. Some experienced ones look back to their peak, but it does feel like they still need that additional bit of magic to truly take them to another level. Oh, this should be a fun watch, probably in sunshine and a bit of rain as well. Only the 8th championship meeting between the counties and the first since Meath eked out a 1-point victory in a 2011 qualifier. Chances are the half-time score today will be higher than the 11 points to 10 full-time score 14 years ago. Well, in each of the post-COVID championships, Derry have been at this stage, but they seem to find that 2025 form fractionally too late to make it a 4th year in a row, which bad news for Conor Glass, but it's good news for us because Conor joins Lee and DeMoss for our coverage. Would that be a fair assessment that things just seem to be coming together for you just too late?
That's it, absolutely, Joanne. We felt that we were putting in the performance, weren't necessarily getting the results. But after the Dublin game, it's just the season was done, and that was the hardest thing to take because we felt that we were just getting going and we were getting boys back from injury, so it's difficult.
I mean, how injuries are so key to all of this at the moment. When you come here and you see what the pitch is like this afternoon, you see the opportunities that just seem to be up for grabs these days in intercounty Gaelic football. It must make it that much harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's nothing between these teams, and once it comes down to the semi-final, I'd imagine you won't be able to pick a winner from there. So, look, it's frustrating as a competitor because I would love to be out there, but it's all part of sport at the end of the day, and we'll get back to the drawing board next year.
We talk plenty about the actual new rules this year, but when you see, and I know he did it in the old rules as well, you see the performances of this man and so many and so many other individuals across the course of the last few weeks. Is that one of the things that's made this special? Yeah, we're seeing some of our best players really stand up. One for me, and I've been quite critical at times, is Shane Welsh. He's been electric. Magical. Matthew Thompson, a young guy as well. This guy here, outstanding. So I think, although the game has changed, we're still getting the quality players stepping up at key times for their teams. And listen, this is why today and this weekend is really special, because it's proper knockout football. Your quarter-final, it's the biggest stage, and we see our best players express themselves on the greatest pitch in the country. And we obviously saw two of the quarter-finals yesterday, Tomas, and they were very different types of games. What did they tell you about what lies ahead, do you think?
Look, Joanne, I think if you start talking about what lies ahead for Donegal and Tyrone, we just don't know. Tyrone came through a tough battle. They were delighted. They probably edged Dublin out. Dublin couldn't convert the chances they had. Donegal gave a masterful class in the second half. So quarter-finals are there to be won. Get over the line. They have 2 weeks break now, so they look forward to the semi-finals. But we all thought we'd learn more as we go along. I guarantee you, after this weekend, there'll be 4 semi-finalists, and we still won't have a clue to predict the finals.
There's more chance to do the lottery.
Like we have over. Is it? You've over 60,000 yesterday. Full house today. It's marvellous. Quarter-final. It's brilliant to see the excitement that's back in Gaelic football. And
there was so much excitement yesterday, especially if you look at the first quarter-final, Donegal against Tyrone. Your boss, Paddy Talley, was actually with me on our radio coverage yesterday, and he was talking about the difference between Donegal, even in yesterday's second half, to that opening day against you up in Ballybofey.
Yeah, look, the longer you go into the competition, the more confident player you get. And players strive in front of big crowds too. So once they hit the green grass or Croke Park, like that's when the good players come into their own. And in the second half, as Tomas said, they definitely done that.
The way that, what do you?
Well, I'm laughing because I think Donegal are probably the easiest team to analyse, because they have a 6-day turnaround. They're tired, but then in the second half they're not tired and they're fresh as daisy. So I think yesterday we learned something about Donegal, is that they're going to be seriously hard to stop. I know what the new word is, re-sprintability with them. But when you get to Croke Park, you can see the advantage of what they do, and trying to negate that is so hard. I still think they need to kick a bit more ball, if I'm honest, but what we've seen in the second half yesterday, scoring 115, was seriously impressive.
Did they not kick more ball in the first half when they struggled, though, and then did they not get on top when they ran it all?
They kicked more in the warm-up. So, but no, yesterday they were really impressive. Monaghan, first half, I thought attacking-wise were excellent, but Donegal, that experience, that know-how, and the likes of Langan, who was probably anonymous for most games, stepped up yesterday with a crucial goal, and that was the pivotal moment from then on.
Oh, I think some people might object to the anonymous in other games. He scored quite a few
No, in the first half yesterday, not in other games. Okay. Sorry, no.
What about Tyrone? Because, like we said, they came through this very different type of battle, loads and loads of mistakes. In some ways, does that kind of stand you to fight through that when you're not playing great?
It does, of course, John. Look, Tyrone, I think during the league they haven't shot the lights out. They're coming under the radar. But any Tyrone team that get to this stage of the championship will have a say in matters. I think yesterday, with them beating Dublin, the 2-pointers were absolutely outstanding, 5 of them. But what I think is telling also is McCurry, Canavan, without being absolutely on fire, Tyrone have plenty to work on. So Tyrone, in my eyes, will only get better. I think Malachy O'Rourke will be delighted with the match yesterday. Everybody's talking about how poor a game. That won't bother Tyrone in any way. It never did. In the psyche up there, they're in an All-Ireland semi-final. They certainly won't fear anybody else that's there, and there is room to improve. So I think Tyrone are in a very, very, very good spot.
In the last 8 days or so, 5 inter-county managers gone. The latest was Desi Farrell yesterday. Obviously, we had that statement from Mayo earlier in the week in relation to Kevin McStay as well. But some big names gone there, some big achievements as well.
Davy Burke is gone, Andy McEntee. So we've had a few departures. I suppose in Desi, I think Desi's a funny one, because I think he did a great job with Dublin, considering the turnover from what they had, that brilliant squad that we came up against so often and came so close. But he won 2 All-Irelands. And that can't be sniffed at either. So, like, Desi has given 4 decades to Dublin, and he's done some brilliant stuff. And people need to realise is that he got some of those guys, as he said yesterday, at 13 years old, they ended up becoming the most generational players ever played the game, and essentially became one of the greatest teams ever to play the game. So I think he's done a brilliant job. And the scenes there yesterday with Cluxon as well, Joe, is it his last year as well? Probably the greatest ever keeper we see. So I think yesterday was, listen, it's not the end of Dublin, don't get me wrong, but it was sad to see Desi go, but he's done an amazing job with that squad.
Well, let's get back to today's action then. Robbie Brennan's first season as Meath manager, of course, and it's already brought them a first championship win over Dublin in 15 years, a first over Kerry in 24 years, and now they're just one win away from a first All-Ireland semi-final in 16 years. As for Pádraig Joyce, he has got Galway there already twice, plus a step further as well. But his and his county's ambitions, as we all know, reach so much beyond simply reaching any final. The two managers are coming up after team news with Marty Marzi.
Thank you very much, Joanne. It's a very strong Meath team that plays in this All-Ireland quarter-final. It has a central defensive spine built around Sean Rafferty and Sean Coffey at 3 and 6. Brian Menton in the middle of the field, while Rory Kinsella and Keith Curtis lead by endeavour and exquisite skills in the Royals' attack. Goalkeeper Billy Hogan has proved himself, while left half-back Cian Caulfield is an exceptional talent. The wonderful Owen Friend captains this Meath team, and he oozes class, as does Jordan Morris at the right corner forward. The late news in the Meath dressing room is that Matthew Costello starts instead of Cathal Hickey. And the Royal substitute bench may not contain household names, but Meath manager Robbie Brennan has options available to him, like James McEntee, Shane Walsh and Deborah Moriarty, to name just 3. Let's have a look at the Galway side. They're battle-weary after 7 championship games, but yet, surprisingly, Pádraig Joyce has been forced or decided to make 3 changes, each in its own way quite dramatic. Goalkeeper Conor Gleeson is back between the posts instead of Conor Flaherty. The big news, of course, is that Paul Conroy is out, so Jack Glenn from Clare Galway gets the call up to join John Maher in the middle of the field. And up front, Peter Cook replaces Killian McDade in the Galway half-forward line. All that having been considered, Galway still have an awesome full forward line of Rob Finnerty, Shane Walsh and Matthew Thompson. The Galway 16 to 26 have played a huge part in the championship, with Daniel O'Flaherty, Tom O'Culhan and potentially Damien Comer if he's needed in this quarter-final. Well, the players they're the team selection, but the managers, Robbie Brennan and Pádraig Joyce, have been speaking to Cathal Mullaney.
Big game, you've been involved in a few here at Croke Park at club and county level. Are these the days you really look forward to?
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. Like that's why we're in it, I suppose. You know, a brilliant crowd coming in there, big Meath crowd as we were travelling in behind the escort. So yeah, we've enjoyed it so far up to this stage.
In terms of the last couple of weeks, how have they gone since that big result against Kerry?
Yeah, we just knuckled down, trained really well. To be fair, you know, people say you had a week off, but it's not a week off. You know, I mean, you're training hard. So yeah, build up has been good, and we're ready to rock.
Knockout football from today. What areas will we be targeting in today's match?
Look, I suppose all games are the same now. You know, kick-outs, breaking ball are key to it, and then look and see what you can do defensively. So they're the areas we've been kind of nailing over the last 3 or 4 training sessions.
Galway have had plenty of games for you to analyse over the last few weeks. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I think and it'll probably stand to them, I'd imagine. You know, I know they've referenced that character that's brought to them, so they should be battle-hardened and ready to go. So we'll have to be able to match that.
In terms of your own personnel today, Matthew Costello's back in the 26. How big a boost is that?
Yeah, brilliant to have him. Like, you know, last week would have been a tight one, so it's great to have him back in the 26 today, and he should be able to get in at some stage, yeah.
Pádraig, best of luck today. Tight turnaround from last week. How have things gone during the week for you?
Yeah, look, it's tight enough, but we didn't do a whole pile of training during the week. You know, the whole thing was trying to keep lads fresh and look after the couple of knocks that we have, and just basically keep lads just a bit sharp. We did a little bit of training on Thursday night, to be honest, and we're ready for action here today. Yeah.
And in terms of those knocks, I know there was a concern around Shane Walsh last week. How is he coming in today?
He's not too bad. He'd play anyway. We'll see how he gets on.
And Damien Comer back in the 26 as well?
Yeah, he was there last week as well, so he's still there. Yeah.
In terms of what you're expecting today, Croke Park, the new rules, how do you think that'll affect things?
Yeah, I think it makes for a more open game. Definitely up here, you see the games that was on there yesterday. You know, momentum's a big thing in the game if you can keep a hold of that. But all we can do is try and look after ourselves and make sure we get our principles right in our defending, our attacking, and when the game is in the melting pot, is to control it, you know, and get the scores. That's required.
How important will the overall squad be as well over today and the coming weeks?
Yeah, it'll be huge because obviously it's our third game on the bounce. So again, the middle 8 players, that's where most of the changes are made, you know. So we'll have a couple of changes there, definitely, and as the game goes on. But again, look, the lads are looking forward to it. It's an Ireland quarter final. It's in Croke Park. It's where players want to play. So I'm looking forward to the boys' performance.
What type of a game are you expecting today?
I think it's going to be an open, tough, hard physical game. You know, I expect nothing from me. That we've played them loads of times, a couple of challenge games over the years, and look, it's great to see them back at this level again. You know, as a county that's probably sleeping a bit longer than they should be. So look, they're probably going to give it as much as they can. We're expecting a ferocious battle. They're physically very, very strong. They have the best defensive record of the teams left in the competition. So we're acutely aware of that. So any score we get today will be hard to get.
Thanks very much, Pádraig.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have made a couple of changes, he said. They're rather seismic changes, the ones for Galway. Very important one for me as well, which we'll get to in a moment. We know Pork Joyce is not afraid of making big decisions, so he has dropped current Footballer of the Year, nominee for Footballer of the Year from a few years ago as well. What does that tell you about his intentions, maybe about the form perhaps of some of the bigger Galway players, Conor?
Yeah, look, Paul Conroy, I guess, hasn't been firing on all cylinders as he was last year, but that comes with age. Like, he had an amazing year last year. I guess the big one for me is Conor Gleeson in nets. Look, Conor Flaherty probably struggled last week against Down, so I think Gleeson will probably bring a bit of calmness. As long as he does the basics right today, focuses on his kickouts, doesn't try anything too spectacular, focuses on his shot stop, and it'll go a hell of a long way to Galway getting over the line today.
Obviously, Derry have had quite a bit of changes. Obviously, Oren has been injured as well, so you've been changing keepers throughout the year in the league and in the championship as well. As a midfielder, how difficult does that make even training, never mind match day itself?
With today's game, like, the keeper is probably the most important position in the field. Like, you can see with Armagh, with Ethan Rafferty, Begg and Morgan, you see these types of players, they dictate the game. Sean Patton. So if you're changing goalkeeper week in, week out, it can be quite hard to get a bit of consistency. And as a midfielder, every keeper has a different kicking style. So whether you're judging the ball, if it's more of a Patton low kick, like, it's difficult. But these Galway boys are familiar with Gleeson, so it's not as if they're bringing in someone out of the blue, so they'll be fine.
I'd imagine they would be. Obviously, Matthew Costello is so crucial. He was actually missing for their victory over Kerry, but up to that point he's been so crucial to everything Meath do. Why don't you take us through the Meath attack and also his role in it? Yeah, well, he's a huge focal point for kick-outs around that middle, and one thing I like about Costello as well is his directness. And this is his first clip against Dublin here. It's a long kick-out to Costello. He plucks it over Howard, and what I like here most is Howard's a brilliant footballer, but he just goes directly at him, sets the tone early, goes at two of them, pops it back to Owen Frayne. And this is what I love about Meath. They're not afraid of 2-pointers, and if they get this right today, I think there's a huge opportunity for Meath. Again, 2-pointers here against Kerry are huge, and this is, I think Tom is going to talk about this around the breaking ball, and especially with Galway being so loose in defence at the moment. Get the ball up to the scoring arc, and again, no pressure on Meath attackers, and pops over another brilliant 2-pointer. And Meath are very comfortable with this. We know this, we've seen this week in, week out with them. So again, we see here just plodding away. I think there's Caulfield on the ball here, who I rate very highly as a footballer. He's been a brilliant addition to Meath, and his attacking has been brilliant. Sees the space, pops it to the main guy again, and look, listen, that's another great score from Kinstad, who kicked 5 points against Kerry last day, and he is going to be inaugural to what Meath do today, especially with that goal defenseman so open. And I like this score here as well. Again, Meath love plotting the plan, and to get the ball to the right guys at the right time. They're nothing too spectacular, they're just building up, and again, Kinstad takes a nice little line here, and he puts over a brilliant 2-pointer again. And if Galway don't put the pressure on Meath shooters today, and we've seen it already, Down exploited last week with 4 or 5 2-pointers, Meath will hit them for a lot. Conor, this man here, Kieran Caulfield, he talked about his importance of this team, not just offensively, but in attack, the amount of assists that he has. Yeah, he's been amazing, and he had a fantastic season campaign coming into this, so he brought it into the league campaign as well. He's been a serious find for Meath, to be honest. His transition play from half back to the forward line, he really links it in, and he's going to take some tagging today, because if he gets a bit of space with Croke Park, there's not many boys catching him. No, it's going to be so brilliant to watch it. And Tomas, Lee showed us some of their 2-pointers. Meath have got more 2-pointers than anybody else. 28 in 7 championship games, have had 8 different scorers as well, which in itself is telling. But what about goals? So the man beside you got one of 8 goals that Galway have conceded so far this year in this championship. Can Meath expose them?
Yeah, look, the big thing for me with Galway is, you know, from a defensive point of view, that's the area where they can make up an awful lot of ground. Against Armagh, against Down, they've shown what they can barrel forward, score. It's from defence, and don't be under any illusions that Meath will not test them today. They will. Meath are well capable of kicking long scores, while what we've shown here's against Cork above and Navan. They just know you can question Cork defence whatever way you like, but Meath can power forward. You've the likes of Caulfield, Jordan Morris, Costello, who'll finish it. Here against Down, and this is my concern for Galway ultimately from here on in, if they are to progress. Plenty of bodies back, but Brannigan isn't pushed. Nobody pushes up on him. Murdoch, Caelan Mooney, Ryan McGill all coast through the middle of the defence. And if it was once or twice, Joanne, I'd say something. But it's been a feature of Galway. Now the new rules everybody's leaking scores at the back, everybody's open from kickouts. If they can improve, if it, let's say 15 times it happens in a game, if they can reduce it to 10 times, if they can become more solid at the back, I'd give Galway a huge chance ultimately of the whole lot. I think their forward line, particularly Finnerty, Walsh, Thompson, give them something where 3 danger threats inside. Their middle 8, now Meath will match their middle 8 in the middle of the field, but Conroy's out, Cook was not going to weaken that. You've John Maher, Darcy, Tierney, McDade. The platform at midfield can't be underestimated, and if Meath are struggling there, I can foresee Galway tacking on scores. But it's the defensive area I would love to see Galway improve.
But Tom, if you look at the defensive last year, there's not a whole pile of change from what they had there. And defensively, I know the rules obviously are different, but they still have some of the best defenders there in the game. So obviously there's a breakdown.
But every clip, the clip that I showed there, came off a kick out. They're not set. There's nobody set, Lee. Any ball that goes out long, no matter what way, Conor, you play under it. If you lose that ball, fellas are being brought out to the wing. You're not set up like you're normally set up if you have 11v11. You're scrambling, and it's that in those areas when they're scrambling, that's the point I'm making. If Galway can improve that, because I'm pretty sure when you lose midfield, it's all bets off no matter how many defenders you've back.
Absolutely, and when you have the half backs, half forwards spreading wide across the pitch, it's just open season down the middle. So one way to counteract that is overloading to the side. Like Cork are very much overloading to the side, but if they don't do that, like as you said, it's going to be open season.
We wouldn't mind a little bit of open season in the 2 matches because we're not involved in them or on the sideline either. Meath may have won the last championship meeting between these 2 counties, but Porrick Joyce was the top scorer in that 2011 qualifier. For the last meeting here in Croke Park, you have to go all the way back to 2001 when the top scorer was Porrick Joyce.
The biggest moment of the year in Gaelic football, the battle for Sam Maguire. Hops up. Ollie Murphy's first point of the day, and the teams are level. In for Porrick Joyce, and it's another one. And Porrick Joyce is coming good in the second half. The red card, it's to Nigel Nestor, and Meath are down to 14 players. It's a penalty to Meath. Giles has put it right. Everything is going right for Galway. It is all over, and Galway are the Bank of Ireland All-Ireland football champions from 2000 and what?
Better team won there on the day. They were more hungry for it than we were. It's a fantastic feeling. It's it has been a long year. We've had narrow shaves, but I mean it's a fantastic feeling to win here.
At the end of the day, I mean, all we're here for is that the Sam Maguire is going back home west tomorrow.
Gaelic football is like holding a mirror up to the Irish temperament.
The league has put in place opportunities, and that opens up a door for the Irish to come over and play some football.
This is what I was born to do.
Ireland have won a series in New Zealand.
You're as good as them. You have to believe that. Yeah, come on.
Need broadband?
You're grand.
This works off 5G. It doesn't need cables.
You just plug it in and you're good to go.
Some speed.
What if we threw in a landline? It's wireless.
There is another way to broadband. 3 5G home broadband. From €20 a month for up to 12 months.
Find more joy baked in for less with Lidl. What's better than the Lidl bakery? These bakery offers. 3 butter croissants for €1.80. And find that sweet spot with chocolate croissants, Danish pastries and more. 3 for €3. Enjoy more for less when you go full Lidl this summer.
What brings us out for our county? Year after year after year. That stirs such passion in our hearts and makes the pride flow through our veins. It's our county. It's our people. It's in our blood.
It's the final weekend of the Harvey Norman Big Sale and your last chance for deals on home appliances. Save a massive €400 on the Samsung French-style fridge freezer. Spacious storage that keeps food fresher for longer. Now $1,199. Keep your kitchen organised with the Hoover American-style fridge freezer with adjustable shelves. Now $699. Or get the Hisense freestanding fridge freezer with no frost technology. Now $599. And with our best price guarantee, why shop anywhere else? The Harvey Norman Big Sale must end Monday.
Here's an offer for the Nissan Duke that will turn heads. Choose €4,000 finance contribution or €4,000 trade-in bonus.
Whoa! That's pretty cool.
Get 4K your way with the Nissan Duke.
Ready for a new hair colour? Find your shade with Schwarzkopf Live. Easy to apply, vibrant colours for a look that's so you. Have a pink moment, step into your blonde era, or ignite your red. Own your vibe and go colour like no other with Schwarzkopf Live.
When you switch to Outsurance, you could save big.
My name is Liz, I'm 53 and I live in Naas, County Kildare. Switching to Outsurance, I saved €145. One thing really resonated with me, the out bonus is 10% cashback after 3 years, claims free, straight into your account. That was the selling point for me. I would highly recommend Outsurance. Nothing to lose, give them a call when your insurance is due.
Real people, unreal savings. Outsurance. You always get something out.
I love that just wash freshness. A light scent that's like a soft whisper. But I need it to last through my day. That's why I love Silk Tree Blossom and Jasmine. It's the scent in Fairy's Dream Team. Pods, softener and matching scent boosters. It's so soft on my sensitive skin and gives whispers of freshness. Right till the last hug of the day. Try the Fairy Dream Team for mild freshness that lasts. Always keep out of reach of children.
SuperValue believe in community, and community includes everyone.
It just really feels like the summer of opportunity for anybody involved in football at the moment. Long may that continue as well. Tomás O'Shea, Meath against Galway. What's going to be key this afternoon?
Well, I think last night, Joanne, we saw a Donegal team that were not on it in the first half, and we saw the damage that Monaghan did. I think this is an extremely dangerous game for Galway. I think if they disrespect or don't show up in this first half, then Meath will more than likely take advantage of that. And if they're in a battle with the new rules, with the two-pointers, with everything that's up for grabs around the middle of the park, Galway will be in a battle that they all want. So they need to be on it for 60, 70 minutes plus today to make sure that they do perform. So that'll be my reckoning.
Owen Frayne looked to win the toss. Unusually, there isn't a very strong breeze here.
No, there's nothing, John. So probably like to echo Tom. I think experience with Galway, been here so often, and I think as well one thing that is we probably haven't really discussed is Galway's full forward line, the damage that they're doing in the last couple of games, and if they continue that trend today, I don't think Meath will be able to hold them. So I think Galway.
Connor?
Yeah, I'm going to second that as well. Galway have all the experience. The one thing for me is off the back of what Tomás said there was Meath need to start fast. They've had the 2 weeks. Galway have been through 5 tough games over the last 5 weeks. So if Meath start fast, playing the front foot, I think Meath will push it close.
And they are used to being written off this summer, that's for sure. They've already beaten Kerry, they've already beaten Dublin in Championship football. Can they add Galway to the list? Most me lift, I talked to the fall Oscaig, like Gary Brennan, August Kuhn of Florida, Aaron RT player, August Aaron RT News Channel, but our commentary team here at Croke Park for this All-Ireland football quarter-final. Eamon Fitzmaurice is with Marty.
Thank you very much, Joanne. It's the third All-Ireland football quarter-final of 2025, and it brings together the Connacht champions and Leinster finalists. It's the 8th championship meeting between Galway and Meath. The first was in 1940 in an All-Ireland semi-final, which Galway won, and the last was 14 years ago in 2011, an All-Ireland qualifier when the Royals were victorious. And as you saw, if you saw our previews with Joanne earlier, in 2001, they met in the All-Ireland final when today's Galway manager Pádraig Joy scored 10 points and ended the championship being top scorer with 3 goals and 45 points. Later he was announced as Texaco Footballer of the Year. Indeed, I was watching the warm-up before the game started, and Pádraig Joy scored two two-pointers, one with the right foot, one with the left foot. So you never know, Eamon, he might actually introduce himself today. That would be a bit of a shock.
Yeah, wouldn't be the worst call in the world, Marty.
We're going to have a minute's silence now for the late Declan Black, a man who gave a lifetime of dedicated service to his beloved Kilmainham GA club. He served in every capacity, and he also served with Meath GA as a county committee delegate and an officer with the minor committee. On behalf of all of us in RT Sport, we pass on our deepest sympathies to his wife Helen, to his son Connor, and the extended Black family, as well as everyone in Kilmainham GA. As we pause and give a round of applause to Declan Black. The scene is set. Just one very important item on the agenda. Our national anthem on All-Ireland quarter-final day, Around the Wheel. In fact, they're not going to play it. They're going to do it in the before the second match. Right. Martin McNally from Carduff in County Monaghan is the match referee. It's his third quarter-final in 4 years. Joe McQuillan and Niall Cullen are his two linesmen. So who will join Donegal and Tyrone in this season's All-Ireland semi-final? A wonderful, wonderful atmosphere around Croke Park. Eamon Fitzmaurice, your final thoughts before the throw-in?
Yeah, expecting a massive battle, Marty. The lads covered it there. Can Meath get a start? The fact that they're coming in fresh, and Galway with all the experience, and they have it straight away here.
And away they go with Cian D'Arcy starting off at midfield. Peter Cook getting his first touch and his second one now. Putting it into the pathway of the Galway attack. Making himself available is Matty Tierney. Over towards Matthew Thompson, who certainly has been the find of the season from a national point of view, and indeed from a Galway perspective, much more importantly. He's been outstanding. Shane Walsh. Matthew Thompson. Meath won the toss, by the way, decided to play from left to right as we look at it. Little or no breeze on the pitch. Little breeze up here on the 7th floor, keeping us all cool, but on the pitch, little or nothing. Matthew Thompson looking around for the support. And who's available? He has to go back to Cian D'Arcy. Here's Peter Cook. The referee says advantage. Cook continues. He's going for a two-pointer to start the scoring for Galway, but it's gone to the left and wide.
Yeah, he'll bring it back for the advantage now, Marty. It was sensible from Peter Cook. He knew that he had the free kick and he went for the two-pointer. It's a long way out for Shane Welch. I'd imagine that he'll move this one. He'll hardly go kicking from there. Until he looks like he can surprise us sometimes with these ones.
Thought about placing the ball on the ground, as you saw. Got the call from Matthew Thompson. Back again for Peter Cook. He made a huge impact when he was introduced in the second half against Down in Newry last weekend. Rob Finnerty. Galway playing him around that 45-metre line. Patient in the build-up. Coming at speed is Sean Kelly. Laying it off quickly to Dylan McHugh. Just took his eye off it momentarily. I think he was undecided to give it to Shane or not. Ball back into the middle. Matthew Thompson just took his eye off it, and Meath counter-attack, or at least that was the intention. The referee has blown his whistle for the foul on Meath. Nervous start by some of the Galway players, and Meath will go forward. Most improved team in the championship, I have to say. Both teams have played 7 games, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. It still rankles, I'm sure, with Meath that they lost only once, and that was in the Leinster final against Louth, but they really have significantly raised the bar since. But this is undoubtedly their biggest test, but I think people forget they've beaten Dublin and they've beaten Kerry. Now Jordan Morris jinks his way in, but that too is gone to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Yeah, they're excellent at setting up those opportunities, Marty, where the likes of Jordan Morris gets 1-on-1 with his man, goes past him, Cian Darcy in that instance, and gets a shot away, missed it that time.
Matty Tierney giving it to Currafin's Dylan McHugh. Back to Tierney. Cian Hernan. Cian Darcy to Liam Silk. Back over first, Peter Cook. And they'll try down the Hogan stand side again. Sean Kelly lending assistance to his attack. Back over first, Dylan McHugh. Liam Silk again. All-Ireland under-21 medalist back in 2013. Scored a point against Roscommon. Of course, his Uncle Ray was captain of the Galway team that won the All-Ireland in 1998. That's a good ball in towards John Maher. Gone in around the full forward line. Galway looked to have Meath now finally opened up. There's an opportunity of a score. Takes a slight deflection, and that's gone out for a 45.
Yeah, Rob Finnerty, very good from him there. He's obviously a very dangerous shooter, but he's a brilliant provider as well. Set up John Maher. Good kind of scramble defence from Meath in the end. I think it was Donald Keoghan. Maybe they got the half a block in it to put it out for the 45.
Twice an All-Ireland medalist, Porrick Joyce, in 98 and 2001. Shane Walsh going to take this 45. Over the 7 games has scored 2 goals and 18 points.
There's no huge breeze at pitch level, Marty, but up high, when you look up high, you can see there's stiff enough breeze into his face. The only thing is that it is coming from right to left, which will suit the right footer into that end.
Native of Kilkerran, Clonberne, of course. Now playing with Kilmacud Crokes here on the south side of Dublin. Connects well, but doesn't connect accurately. And the cheers from Meath are quite loud. High decibel levels. Good kick out from Billy Hogan. Straight between the 2 Galway players.
Yeah, gutsy one to start off with.
Conor Duke. Never played minor, but won a Leinster under-20 medal back in 2020. To Kieran Caulfield, one of the fine footballers like Matthew Thompson, one of the finds from a national point of view. He's been growing and progressing. Captain DCU to win Sigerson. Certainly has been outstanding at left half back. So too is this man, Rory Kinsella. Scored 5 points against Kerry and O'Connor Park Tullamore 2 weeks ago. One of the most experienced is Donald Keoghan. Sees a little bit of space heading down towards the Davin end. Cian Hernan, Peter Cook putting in the challenge. Pass was not a good one to Jordan Morris. It was at his ankles. It was very hard to pick it up. But to be fair, Keoghan was under pressure and Galway relieved the pressure.
Good doubling up from Peter Cook there, Marty, to put pressure on.
Jack Glenn feeding Cian Hernan. Donald Keoghan rushing in, solo and go. Cian Hernan. Matthew Thompson. Back to Barnes, Cian Hernan again. Scrambled away, great pressure by Meath. There's no pulling back. All-Ireland football semi-final place at stake. Galway dominating in terms of possession. Liam Silk going for the crossfield ball, knocked down cleverly to Shane Walsh from Peter Cook. And finally, after 7.5 minutes in play, we have the opening score off the boot of Shane Walsh.
Yeah, good score. Bit of variety in their play, Marty. So far, everything had been slow, kind of possession-based attack, but they got that one away.
Fine kick out for Billy Hogan. Doing what Sean Patton did for Donegal through the championship campaign. He's had 2 very good kick-outs now by Billy Hogan. One short, one long. Meath looking for an opening, patient. Johnny McGrath staying with Keith Curtis. Meath happy to work the ball back out around the midfield area. Donald Keoghan from Rathkenny in North Mayo, one of the most experienced. Cornerback in the championship against Wicklow 12 years ago. It's a good cocktail of youth and experience on this Meath side. But the shot from Jordan Morris is again to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Yeah, they've been excellent at twos all this year, but that's the issue with the two-pointer. When they fly over, they're fantastic for giving you momentum, but Meath just probably need to settle now and get themselves in the scoreboard, get a point and get moving.
Conor Gleeson with the kick out. Sideline ball to Galway. Dylan McHugh going for distance. Meath ball. At least it looked like initially. They have it now. Conor Duke going back, helping out his defence. Looking around for immediate support. Not immediately visible, but eventually Rory Kinsley makes his way. That's a good crossfield ball. Over towards Donald Keoghan, coming down the left flank now. Brian Menton scored a cracking goal against Kerry and Tullamore, I have to say. His only goal of the championship so far. Here's the captain, Owen Frayne. Captained the Meath Miners to the Leinster title in 2020. Look at the marking here by Galway. Conor Duke is given space. Dropping this in. It's an easy ball, though, for Conor Gleeson. And really, Conor Duke should have been doing a lot better from there.
Yeah, again, he's another good two-point shooter, Marty, but he'd Matthew Costello actually inside for a handier pass. But look, that's been their game, that they do tend to shoot inside, and they're backing themselves to do it so far, even when it's not working.
Peter Cook to John Marr. Look where Keith Curtis is. Backtracking. Ball for the keeper. Billy Hogan, good hands. It's all about confidence, and I emphasize again, his first two kickouts were really good, and then there's good ball handling. That will give a bit of confidence to the rest of his defence as well. Sean Rafferty comes forward for Meath. Little 1-2 between the 45 and 65. The crossfield ball from Owen Frayne is a good one. The overlap is provided to his immediate left. Sean Coffey jinking, shooting, and putting that over the crossbar. Good score.
I think Conor Gleeson got a touch in it, Marty. It was great setup, great ball across from Frayne in the first place. Might have been going over anyway, but Conor Gleeson got a touch in it. We'll see it here. Probably roof of the net. Great save. Sean Coffey, good shot. And that was it came from Billy Hogan. So that gets Meath up and running now, and they'll probably settle and calm down a small bit because they have been a bit nervy so far.
Kick out from Conor Gleeson. Breaking ball gathered by Matthew Costello. Sideline ball going to the Royals. Good to see Matthew Costello, having recovered from injury, back in the starting 15. That's a very good ball, by the way. Turning, shooting. Is it over? The umpire is going to go for Hawkeye for the first time. I have my doubts about it, to be honest with you.
I have my doubts as well, Marty. We had a good view of it here. One of those ones that might be over the top of the post, slightly outside it.
Martin McNally waiting for the announcement. The paw or a kneel? It's a kneel.
The last breaking ball was very good from Matthew Costello on this now, so we'll see here again on the long Conor Gleeson kick out. He's plenty of big targets, but Meath are good in the air and good in the ground as well.
Going straight down the middle. Again, the breaking ball. Meath had it. Kieran Caulfield. And Meath coming down that left flank in front of the Cusack stand. Exposing Galway just a little bit. Back to Kieran Caulfield again. Scored a point against Carlow, point against Kerry. He's a creator and he's a finisher. Galway backtracking. Difficult angle from there. Not exactly the right option, I would suggest, from Keith Curtis.
Yeah, as we said, it is when it goes well, and it has been going well for them in all the championship games. They're shooting, they're building momentum, they're giving themselves confidence. Whereas so far today, it's been a bit of the opposite. Still well in it though, 1 point each, and they're putting plenty of pressure on the Galway kick-out.
Meath have registered 4 wides in this match so far. The breaking ball is very much going Meath's way, but now the referee, Mark McNally, is going to halt play momentarily because the 2 Meath midfielders, Brian Menton and Adam O'Neill, had a collision there. And Mark McNally doing the right thing, making sure that player safety is a priority. Conor Duke has been given a lot of space in front of the Hogan, hasn't he, Eamon?
He has, yeah. They're switching the ball quickly though, Marty, and it's, defence is cheating across. It's hard to get there sometimes.
Jordan Morris, full of trickery. Great defending, I must say. Good work by Sean Kelly. Superb footballer from Mike Cullen. Peter Cook, Trojan worker, backtracking, then going forward. Dylan McHugh. Challenge. Referee says not a foul. I'm a bit surprised with that. Comes as far as Rory Kinsella. And Galway have a little bit to do here to backtrack. Matthew Costello just took his eye off it. Great work by Cian Hernan. Great work. 10 out of 10 to the Barnum-at. Comes as far as John Marr. He was full forward about 5 or 6 minutes ago. Now back playing at right half back in that general geographical area. Cian Hernan, having done his work, has now gone back up. This is Jack Glenn, Matthew Thompson, Liam Silk. And Galway will cool matters down. There's not too many games, Eamon, that we've seen since the championship began that we've had, almost 15 minutes and only 1 point, 2 points scored, 1 each.
Yeah, it's Galway are taking this thing out of the game. They're building themselves into it, probably unsurprisingly for a team 3rd week in a row, Marty. Meath then have had 1 point from 6 shots, so that's probably affecting the scoreline.
Shane Walsh, under 21 All-Ireland medalist 12 years ago. Now an All-Ireland club medalist with Kilmacud, hoping to add the ultimate honour of an All-Ireland medal. But right now, the priority is to get to a semi-final. Jack Glenn. Back to the aforementioned Shane Walsh. Kieran Caulfield. Confronting him initially. Back to Jack Glenn. He's the man who's replacing Paul Conroy at the start of this game. Sean Kelly is given a bit of space. Goes inside the 40-metre arc. Great defending, and he gives the ball away to Donald Keoghan. And the crowd dominated, I would say, in terms of decibel levels by Meath. They're winning that battle anyway. Huge cheer going out, and Meath will be quite cool, slow matters down and come forward as Galway retreat into their own half of the field. Now there's a sudden burst of speed. Great work by Sean Rafferty. Quick hands. Keith Curtis showing well. Matthew Costello back in more familiar territory at top of the left. Staying with them is Cian Hernan. Costello shooting and scoring. That's a great point. Superb play by Matthew Costello. And Meath go in front for the very first time. He was patient in the build-up. Beautifully balanced footballer and quite adventurous from there. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely, Marty. It was adventurous considering the misses that they've had so far. It just shows the confidence that Matthew Costello is playing with and Meath are playing with in general. Good tackling and good defence down at the other side, and Meath have the best defensive record of the teams left in the championship. Patrick Joyce mentioned it beforehand and we saw the reason there.
Nice pick up by Peter Cook. Quick hands, far as Matthew Thompson heading to the 20-metre line. He's putting this between the post and over the bar. Great score on the run. just 20 years of age, captain of the Galway under-20s last year, but he's made a remarkable impression in the 2025 Senior Championship.
Yeah, great score, long kick out. They're 50% in their long kick outs, but they got a score off that one. Matthew Thompson, as you said, one of the players of the championship so far.
This time the breaking ball favours Kieran Caulfield. Good ball in, quick ball in, but just slipping and sliding. In comes Matthew Costello. 4 Galway defenders are there. They deal with the situation capably. Good work by Jack Glenn. Ends up with Matthew Thompson, having just scored a point, to John Maher. Scored a cracking goal against Armagh, vital goal. Laying it off, and Galway will keep matters under control from this region of the field. Here's Dylan McHugh.
No one inside the 20-metre line now, Marty. Shane Welch just drifting in there, but they're leaving huge space directly inside in front of the goals, and here they are into it.
Nicely created opportunity. Here comes Billy Hogan coming off his goal line, and the ball is wide. The first real goal-scoring opportunity of the match. Dylan McHugh had it, but I have to credit to the goalkeeper as well.
He had to pass it to Shane Welch, Marty. If he just squared it here, Shane Welch was completely on for it just to knock it into the net. As you said, you have to give credit to Billy Hogan as well. Well worked by Galway. They left the space inside in front of the goals and then attacked into it and created the goal chance.
Billy Hogan aiming just about, well kept in by, not quite, by Adam O'Neill. I was just about to compliment him.
In terms of the matchups, Marty, we haven't got to them yet. The 3 up for Meath or Jordan Morris, Owen Frayne and Keith Curtis, being marked by Jack Lynn, Sean Fitzgerald and Johnny McGrath. Here's a chance.
Opportunity again coming from Galway. Good work. Oh, superb. Rob Finnerty. It was the bounce of the ball, gave him the momentum, gave him the space. Look at it here, there it is. Runs onto it, gives him a chance to compose and then shoot and score.
Yeah, good play from Liam Silk as well. Always makes the right decision. Comes to the Galway matchup. With the Galway matchups are Marty, Rob Finnerty, Shane Welch, Matthew Thompson staying up, Ronan Ryan, Sean Rafferty and Seamus Lavin picking them up.
Here is Seamus Lavin from St. Peter's Dunboyne. Over to his own Frank. Seamus Lavin again. Kieran Caulfield. Conor Duke. Keeping it wide. Literally along the sideline. Owen Frayne. Keith Curtis being double marked. Take your pick of Jack Glenn or Kane Darcy. Good defending by Galway.
Yeah, second time they've managed to do that, Marty. They did it in the 4 position earlier with Peter Cook, where they're showing the Meath lads down the line and then doubling when they get an opportunity. Impressive defensive system from them.
In front of the Hogan, it's Peter Cook. Johnny McGrath's inside him, goes to the right instead. Great work by Meath. Kieran Caulfield. Sean Kelly picks up the loose ball. Shane Walsh comes out almost to the Meath 65. Laying it off to Matthew Thompson. Just showing a little bit too much to it. And Sean Rafferty. Fullback at senior level for Meath and one of the stars of the Royals who actually never played minor or under 20 for Meath, but has developed into a fine player. Brought onto the panel under Colm O'Rourke.
Yeah, I saw a thing with him, Marty, during the week. I thought Matthew Costello was about to put it inside there, but that he always had the football but not the belief, and that he has the belief now and he's playing accordingly.
Jordan Morris, lovely jink. Johnny McGrath, hot pursuit. Still Jordan Morris floating it in and just over the crossbar. Scored a goal and a point against Cork. 2 points against Roscommon and Kerry. This is his first in All-Ireland quarter-final day against Galway.
Yeah, excellent. We saw him right at the start of the game where he took on his man further out and had the 2-point effort there closer to goal and finished it. Great score, Jordan Morris.
Level for the 3rd time. Conor Gleeson to Johnny McGrath. All-Star last year. About to be challenged by Matthew Costello. Sean Kelly. Getting away from Kieran Caulfield. Cian Hernan. Making the run is Dylan McHugh. Heading towards the 40-metre arc. Rob Finnerty, Peter Cook. Galway coming down the Cusack stand side, and Meath would want to be very careful around this area. Just a little bit exposed. The crossfield ball is aimed at Cian Darcy, but it carried a little bit too much pace and it dribbles out over the sideline, which will only have one psychological effect: positivity for Meath.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew Thompson has been slightly off in a couple of the balls, Marty. He spilled two where he's been trying to solo, and he overcooked that kick pass, so he just needs to settle down now. And you know, that's when it's his first season, that bit of experience. Just next couple of balls, probably play the simple one and keep it simple for himself.
Croke Park can have that effect no matter what player you are, as Kieran Caulfield lays it off. Comes back to Rory Kinsella.
Galway defending the arc very well, Marty. They're not, you know, they're conscious obviously of Meath's danger from the 2 pointers, and they're pushing out well and dealing with it well so far.
Conor Duke kissing the sideline, his own friend, captain. Trying to draw out the Galway defence. Twisting, turning. Back out for Conor Duke.
Big switch on
There's
there,
a
Marty.
big player available over
it.
the far side, and that's great vision by Conor Duke. He heard the call, making himself available. It was Keith Curtis, but the shot, does it merit a score? Does it what? It all started with Conor Duke's vision. Brian Minton calling. Superb point by the Royals.
Yeah, great score. Conor Duke saw it. Brian Menton had drifted into a great position. I'm surprised we don't see more of it, where the defences are cheating across, drifting. Get your head up, big switch, and you're going to get 1-on-1s at the far side. Great play from Meath all round, Conor Duke and Brian Menton.
Meath push up on the Galway defender, so Conor Gleeson has to go long. Gathered by Cian Darcy to Matty Tierney. Looking around at options. It's coming from Cian Hernan, but Matthew goes immediately right towards Matthew Thompson. Back on the ball, controlling it well. Cian Hernan doing his primary job a while ago. We saw when he was challenging the Meath attack. Dylan McHugh. Rob Finnerty just took his eye off it, and good defending again by Meath. Kieran Caulfield.
Yeah, Padraig Joyce is frustrated down here in front of us, Marty, with just some of their handling errors in the final third. It's costing them.
Meath growing in confidence. Great work. Full marks, Jack Glenn. Laying it off quickly. Referee has blown his whistle for the foul on the Galway player.
Yeah, excellent 1-on-1 defending from Jack Glynn there. He knows with Jordan Morris he's going to try and take him on every single time and test him out, so keep an eye on that June for the rest of the game.
See Porrig getting a little bit frustrated, animated, issuing instructions.
He's telling Rob Finnerty get in closer to goals. He wants a bit of shape inside.
Galway have it with the long ball. Shane Walsh taking on Donald Kyoga. Whoops. There was rain, remember, earlier. But Galway retain it. Good work by Cian Hernan. And again, it's Seamus Lavin under pressure. Peter Cook and Shane Walsh putting the pressure on. And you can see Shane Walsh's frustration as well. Meath come away with it. Meath team on the field growing in confidence. Meath supporters in Croke Park growing in confidence. Rory Kinsella, he's looking at the post, he can score from here, and it's bang on target. He really is superb. He scored 4 points against Louth in the Leinster football final. He was outstanding against Kerry in Tullamore, and look at this, top notch.
Excellent, Marty. He's comfortable left and right. He can score both sides, and the initial pass up the line from half back to half forward, Galway were all over the place because the ball had been turned over in attack, and they moved it quickly. Emphasises the potency of that weapon when it's done properly.
Kick out from Conor Gleeson. Breaking ball. Meath have it. Sean Coffey from Ballinabrackey. Free quickly taken by John Marr. Solo and goal. One of the big advantages of the new rules, I have to say. We love it. Marr looking around. Front of the Cusack stand. There's nobody immediately at the time around the goalposts. In around the house. Sean Kelly sprays it over to Keane Darcy. Liam Silk. There's nobody coming through the middle, so he has to go wide. Little or no option. Currafin man to Currafin man. Matthew Thompson. Good ball. Dropping this over the crossbar. Matty Tierney will take the credit, but it was a good team effort. The build-up was slow and methodical, but the finish was precise.
Yeah, Matthew Thompson punched the hole initially, Marty. He might have taken a few extra steps right at the start of the move, but as soon as he did that, options began to open up, and you question why Galway spend so much time playing peripherally out around the arc rather than injecting that bit of pace a bit more often.
Billy Hogan's kick out continues on. Can he keep it in? Just about. Good work by Kieran Caulfield. Backtracking is his opposite, number 7, Cian Hernan. Lays it off to Brian Menton. Man who won a Sigerson with DIT in 2012, 13 years ago. Here's Kieran Caulfield, another Sigerson Cup star, spraying the ball wide. Over towards Owen Frame. Jordan Morris. Morris has gone inside, twisting, turning. Oh, that's beautiful skill. The balance, the skill, the talent of Donald Keoghan has been known for a long time. He really had to move swiftly, like a ballet dancer. Twisting, turning, shooting, excellent.
Superb, Marty, and it got the biggest cheer of the day. He's such a warrior for Meath for such a long time. He's so regarded and respected by everyone in Meath. It got the biggest cheer of the day, and pushes his county out to 6 points now. Great score.
A little bit of concern for Pádraig Joyce, but that's been the journey this year for his team and his county. Long kick out from Conor Gleeson, punched down, gathered cleanly.
Yeah, great break. He looked in straight away, but Shane Welch and Rob Finnerty both actually had their back to him, Marty. There was a ball on inside if they'd been making the proper moves.
Matthew Thompson to Liam Selk. Judging by the cheers that I hear from Navan and Dunboyne, that ball is wide. A little bit of concern for Galway. I know one man, Eamon Dolan, he's 91. He's travelled all the way from Florida for a Dolan reunion. They're coming from all over the world. And I know there's a big party tonight in Galway for the Dolans, but right now his concentration is on Galway. Can they get to the All-Ireland semi-final? And Meath, right now, are certainly putting up a challenge. Half an hour gone. Meath 6 points, Galway 4. Billy Hogan going long. Batted away. Holding, says the referee, Martin McNally. John Marr disagrees. Martin McNally, like so many top-class referees, explaining as he goes. Oh. And that is a poor pass. So from John Marr's point of view, I think justice is done. Rory Kinsella.
Yeah, Ronan Ryan, Kieran Caulfield kicked it on for Ronan Ryan, but he was conscious of going past halfway, Marty, because he was one of the 3 back. So it was just one of those ones where they got cut out.
Johnny McGrath to Peter Cook. Keane Darcy's in front of the Hogan if he needs him. Just at the bottom of your TV screen, making a little bit of headway. Peter Cook having to go back out as far as Shane Walsh.
Created all the space inside again in front of goals. Marty, only Cian Darcy's inside there at the moment.
Galway playing an awful lot of ball around this area, aren't they, Evan?
They are, but I don't think they'll be too dissatisfied. Like as I said to you earlier, their 3rd week in a row. Shot from Cian Darcy, still in though.
It could still cause problems for Meath. Long balls seem to work there. And the finish will raise a white flag off the boot of Matty Tierney for the 2nd time this afternoon here in Croke Park.
Yeah, they retrieve those wild shots so often as they did against Derry for the crucial goal at the end. That it can't be an accident that there's always someone lurking inside there. But I was just going to say, Marty, Galway will be quite happy. They aren't exactly playing with much explosiveness yet, but oftentimes the third week in a row, it's actually the second half that you really get going.
Kick outs from Billy Hogan worked well, straight to Sean Coffey, but the pass went astray. And the referee gives the free to Meath, which is quickly taken by Sean Coffey. Galway just to look a little bit exposed now, and Meath twisting and turning. Good work by Jordan Morris coming in on that Kazakhstan side. Looks a little bit slippery just in that patch, and may I say, the Croke Park, the groundspeople here just do a fantastic job. It is like a carpet. I was here Friday evening for the news. Here comes Kieran Caulfield. He's having a go. He's looking at it, and he's looking a little bit disappointed. Ball is wide.
Yeah, you knew the way he was leaning, he was willing the ball to come in. This is the one with he kind of went through the back of Conor Duke, all right, but Cian Hernan was challenging for the ball. To be fair to Martin McNally, he's letting a lot of that kind of stuff go, that there's plenty of physicality in the game, which is good to see.
That's Meath's 5th wide of the match, but they have a 1-point advantage. Just about 2 minutes to go to the break. The vital time now. Another score for either side would be interesting and invaluable to either Galway or Meath. Peter Cook, 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock.
Matthew Tierney's having a big game for Galway so far, Marty. He was pulled off early above a Newry last week, so he's obviously anxious to prove the gaffer wrong, and he's playing well from the off today.
It's been outstanding. It's hard to imagine anybody scoring more than 6 goals and 10 points in any championship campaign, but that's what he's done. Scored 2 points here. Back out for Shane Walsh.
I hope by the time David Clifford is finished this evening, he'll have an even bigger total, Marty.
Kerryman to Kerryman, I love it, Shaman. Here comes Shane Walsh. Nice ball inside for Sean Kelly. And kicking this between the post and over the bar. He scored 3 points in the championship journey to Croke Park. 2 against New York and the Bronx. Back at the beginning of the championship, 1 against Mayo. And here he is now. And now the sides are level for the 4th time. 6 points Meath, 6 points Galway.
Yeah, Sean Kelly's been driving forward since the start of the game. A couple of them has just been the final pass, or he's slipped, or there's been a good Meath tackle, so he deserves that score for all his endeavour in the first half.
Billy Hogan goes for distance, and it's a good one, but Galway have the possession. 40 seconds to go on the clock. Peter Cook, always a worker. Sean Fitzgerald, an All-Ireland under-20 medalist 5 years ago.
They'll play it now till the hooter goes, Martin. They'll work their shot then, but as we saw in the game last night, sometimes that doesn't always work out too well, and you can end up conceding down at the far side, as happened with the Dubs last night.
Dylan McHugh to Shane Walsh. He's taking on the challenge. Pushed out towards the sideline. There goes the hooter. And Sean Kelly may well retain the possession and keep playing on. Matthew Thompson going to try and get a score before the break. Cian Hernan, and go in with a 1-point advantage. Thompson has gone for the return pass. Brian Menton stays goal side. Dylan McHugh is available. All-Star 2024. Quick ball into Matthew Thompson. Thought about giving it the return. Sean Kelly coming forward. Nice ball inside to John Maher. And John Maher almost scraping the paint off the crossbar of the Hill 16 end. Gets a point, which gives Galway a 1-point advantage at the break. The last 3 scores coming from Galway, which shows that the momentum could be going their way. 4 times level in the first half. It's been an intriguing, pulsating, most enjoyable game of football between the Connacht champions and the Leinster finalists. It's all to play for. Who will join Donegal and Tyrone in the All-Ireland football semi-finals? The question is, will it be Galway? Will it be Shane Walsh? Or will it be Meath? Meath, to their credit, are waiting outside the Cusack stand dressing rooms, allowing Galway go in first. Half-time in Croke Park in the 3rd All-Ireland quarter-final. It's Galway 7 points, Meath 6.
AIB, proud sponsors of the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship.
UEFA Women's Euro 2025.
I'm happy and I know I'm winning.
Who will get that all-important winning start?
I'm happy and I know I'm winning.
All 31 games live across RTE. Wednesday at 4:30 on RTE2 and RTE Player.
McDonald's patties are made from whole cuts of beef, sourced from farms across Ireland, with a pinch of salt and pepper, nothing else.
It's the final weekend of the Harvey Norman Big Sale and your last chance for deals on home appliances. Save a massive €400 on the Samsung French-style fridge freezer. Spacious storage that keeps food fresher for longer. Now $1,199. Keep your kitchen organised with the Hoover American-style fridge freezer with adjustable shelves. Now $699. Or get the Hisense freestanding fridge freezer with no frost technology. Now $599. And with our best price guarantee, why shop anywhere else? The Harvey Norman Big Sale must end Monday.
At 123.ie, we have one of the best car insurance policies with more benefits included as standard.
Don't you forget about me.
So, you can forget about us and remember the more important things. 123.ie. Give better a try.
When did we meet? We met about 8 years back.
Come on, girls, let's go!
He just has a way of looking into my eyes.
So considerate. Really knows how to treat me.
Owns his own business, you know. I think he's going to pop the question.
Better or worse?
Much better.
Our opticians own their stores, so your care is their business, which can make them rather popular.
Apparently, he's seeing half the town.
Same again? Definitely. Midweek match? Definitely. For the grand old stretch? Definitely. The best tasting 0-0 beer in the world? Probably.
What you need is a real ham, not some pretender pumped full of added water for the weigh-in. So, to all you drippy wannabes sweating it out there in the shelves, make some room. Real ham coming through! Brady family, always the ham of the match.
Oh, you know why you don't like pineapples? There's a problem with you not liking pineapple.
Pineapple is delicious, but not on a pizza.
It is, because
pizza's not a fruit salad.
Whether it goes on pizza or not, pineapples are one of hundreds of products price matched to Aldi, along with thousands of club card prices.
Pineapple is gorgeous on a pizza. It's
No
lovely,
way.
sweet.
I don't know where you get your notion.
You might think you know Ireland's hidden heartlands, but maybe it's time for a closer look to chart your own course through sparkling still waters, where adventure waits amongst the treetops and on foot over ancient trails, to chance upon charming towns and drift with the flow of this land. Keep discovering Ireland's hidden heartlands.
It seemed like for so long of this opening half between Meath and Galway that the Royals were bossing things, and yet they find themselves 7 points 6 down at half-time. What do you make of that, Lee Keegan?
It's great that we have a turnover fest in Croke Park compared to yesterday. Listen, Galway will be delighted, haven't done very little right, to be honest. Guys will talk about their attack and not functioning. Meath have been good around the middle. Meath will be disappointed, to be honest. A lot of wides, probably left a good bit out there, and they've a lot to work on, but it definitely hasn't been pulsating, to say the least, anyway.
It has not been pulsating, but we have seen these sparks from Meath, haven't we? And we've seen that, like Kerry later on, and probably Armagh as well, they do like to kick the ball, don't they?
Yes, what we want to see from them. Like, we want Meath to play in the front foot. We don't want them to play in safe football here. And they have got... They've obviously had a lot of wides in the first half, but they are getting a lot of joy from hitting that inside line. Jordan Morris here, he's had 3 or 4 wides, but he just keeps going at that defence, and he's going to score. And then the next one's a great one. So you can see here with the Galway, are defending at 2/3 of the pitch. I think it's Hernan here has a +1, and Meath have the head up and the +1 on the far side. So that creates the advantage there. I think Galway are comfortable getting set defence, but Meath are actually manipulating it really well and finished with a good score by Meath.
Isn't it funny? That's exactly what Conor said Galway would do in defence, and we saw Meath taking advantage of it. And the turnover fest.
Here's a good example of Meath doing good stuff. Like, they get a great turnover. I would call this a defender's free, probably slightly on the harsh side, but again, great work by Meath. Move the ball, and this again was Conor saying, when they get their heads up, they have actual movement inside, and this is an absolute brilliant ball by Costello into Kinsella. Like a lovely slicer down the line. There's no defend that. Kinsella gets into space, recognises Darcy in one-on-one position, and curls over a lovely left-footed pass. And you think this is the momentum then with Meath, and then it stops. So they've done really good stuff, but then like late in the first half they've let that slip, and now as a consequence they're losing out. So
and you were so frustrated as we look at Meath. By the way, Meath in their very first game of the year of 2025 against Cork in Division 2 of the National League, they had 20 wides or dropped short, so they are used to just taking on lots of short shots, and presumably they're hoping more go over than don't, Tomas. But Galway, you found so frustrating to watch how they operated in attack.
I don't know, can you put it down to Meath defence, Joanne? But we said before the match that Galway needed to be on it, and I just think from a forward attacking point of view, they finished strongly with a few scores, but there's a number of areas. They're winning ball in the middle of the park. You have Finnerty and Walsh inside. You can see an acre of space inside them. Plenty of time. Either they're not getting out, or the lads. I think the lads want to put the ball in, but the two boys inside are not showing for the ball. Next thing, they're being very, very passive outside around the edges. They've turned over 4 or 5. Young Thompson has turned over 3 balls. They've took an awful lot of wrong shot options. They've been more than sloppy. I think Pádraig will be very, very disappointed. This is towards the end. This is a lot sharper. Sean Kelly made the burst. Walsh through to him. Way better. Meath, for me, are way more direct up the other side. They're doing this, what we're seeing here from Galway, a lot more than Galway were doing. And here we have John Maher coming on the end of this. So I think at half-time, Pádraig will be saying, lads, we're winning an awful lot of ball in the middle of the park, but we really have to be sharper up front. For Galway to go in a point up after that, Joanne, I know we showed a couple of scores from Meath. In the 16 minutes, I think it was 3 points all. It was very low scoring. Meath had missed so many opportunities. Created them, dead right to take them on, but from a Galway point of view, you'd be disgusted with some of their forward play in the first half.
That's probably summed up by the goal chance that Dylan McHugh had or took.
Yeah, and this is probably, it has summed up the first half. Like, Dylan McHugh recognises this is what Rodford is really good at. He takes 2 players out of it. Brilliant ball back to McHugh. If he gets his head up, Shane Welch is in an acre of space just to tap the ball in, and that's summed up Galway to a degree. Like, that's a huge moment in the context of the game in the first half. Brilliant move by Finnerty. Lovely pop pass to McHugh. All he has to do is pop to Shane Welch, and it's the easiest goals in the first half for Shane. So listen, really disappointing finish in the end. I know they're looking for a penalty. It's never a penalty. Get off the ground, get up, get on with it. But that's the malfunction of the Galway attack
maybe
so far.
Give a little credit to Billy Hogan at goal, maybe?
It's maybe a bit of credit, but I just think that sums up Galway. All he has to do is slip the ball. It's an easy pass to Shane Welch, and it's a goal.
We should mention, by the way, it is absolutely baking and really, really hot down here on the pitch as well. Maybe that has something to do with the fact that it is only 7-6 at half-time.
SuperValu believe in community, and community includes everyone.
We are ready to go. Oh, what a goal! Absolutely extraordinary! That was incredible. Listen to the roar! A little bit of sunshine.
FBD doesn't stand for Fictional Bad Detective. Farmers Borealis Discovery, Futuristic Bray District, or Funky Blue Didgeridoo. FBD stands for support, We support over 350 community initiatives. Visit one of our 34 branches nationwide. Go online or call us for a quote. FBD Insurance. Support. It's what we do.
You might think you know Ireland's hidden heartlands, but maybe it's time for a closer look to chart your own course through sparkling still waters, where adventure waits amongst the treetops, and on foot over ancient trails, to chance upon charming towns and drift with the flow of this land. Keep discovering Ireland's hidden heartlands.
Oh, what is this?
Red Bull gives you wings.
Wings! No more slithering!
Give it a try.
Either this whole wing thing is nonsense, or I did something wrong.
Being good with money is all about balance. And sometimes there's a wobble. Do you need a hand balancing all that? Spend, save, borrow and budget with Unpussed Money's handy tools and products. Now that's better. And with 0% commission on foreign currency at the post office or in-app, we're making better happen. And now sell back unused holiday cash too.
Find more joy baked in for less with Lidl. What's better than the Lidl bakery? These bakery offers. 3 butter croissants for €1.80. And find that sweet spot with chocolate croissants, Danish pastries and more. 3 for €3. Enjoy more for less when you go full Lidl this summer.
Hey, Damson. Have a good drive today.
Have fun driving, Damson.
Fastest stop in sports, 3 letters. Wow.
AIB, proud sponsors of the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship.
It's another quarter-final doubleheader at Croke Park, and Armagh here looking to take another step towards an elusive back-to-back. And this particular step would also require back-to-back championship wins over Kerry. And the team they're going to be facing is a Kerry that shipped a 9-point defeat to Meath a couple of weeks ago. A Kerry who have been shorn of some real power around the middle, but a Kerry that still possesses the most lethal forward in the business and the man who's well capable of getting the ball to him if Paudy happens to start today's game. We'll find out a little bit later if that is the case. It is a 4 o'clock throw-in for Armagh and Kerry, with highlights and analysis of all of today's games at the later time of 10:15 with Damien on the Sunday game. Just a reminder, Health Leather is taking a break from RT1 tomorrow, which can see episode 4 on the RT player. And we're all wondering what's going to happen in the second half between Meath and Galway, with a strange scoreline in today's football of Galway leading at half-time by 7 points to 6. We mentioned that Dylan McHugh should have squared across to Shane Walsh for a goal for Galway, but of course Meath were in first with a goal chance, and Tomas did say that Galway could be opened up.
You hear absolutely, and this is a brilliant score for Sean Coffey. Owen Friend's ball makes the play. Crossfield pass into Jordan Morris, who again has been shown all day. And then Sean Coffey finishes a point. Great save by Conor Gleeson. The goal opportunity was on, but this is what Meath need to do. Galway aren't set. They're defending with their backs to goal. Crossfield pass, and then they're opened up. So fantastic, and we need to see more of it in the second half from Meath.
Do you think we will, Tomas, see more of that from Meath in the second half?
I think Meath have nothing to lose, Joanne. Meath are going to come at Galway here. The big question for me is, Galway are winning enough possession around the middle of the park, but they're not converting the scores. I'd imagine from half-time, Galway will have to focus on what they're doing up front. And if the pattern continues of what Meath are doing, if they don't tag on a couple of 2-pointers, they've been 0 2-pointers in this match. So I do feel if Galway tune into what's happening up front, they'll win this game.
Speaking of 2-pointers, we saw in yesterday's game between Tyrone and Monaghan, Tyrone had 3 of them within 10 minutes, 4 of them within 22 minutes. In that entire first half, Lee Keegan, there was 1 shot at a 2-pointer, and that was for Jordan Morris, and he missed.
Yeah, but the one thing I'd say, Joanne, like, The two teams are brilliant at them, so we could see some. I think I'm going to guess Port Joyce give the hairdryer treatment to goal at half-time, if I'm being honest. And yet, it's funny, we're on about Meath, right? Their starting forwards scored 3 points. Galway, for as poor as they've been up top, have scored 5. So the scope for me is huge with Galway. And if they start winning ball inside, as Tom has said, then it could be a different game altogether.
And of course, Conor, mentioning the fact that it really is so hot down here. Paul Conroy and Cillian McDade did not start this game. We saw what happened when Conroy didn't score a few weeks ago and the influence he had when he came on.
Yeah, it's going to bring serious talent on coming off the bench, and especially in these big games. Like Galway the last 3 weeks didn't have the luxury of bringing out Conroy or McDade onto the pitch, so now they have that luxury. They bring a bit of reassurance, and that's maybe something Meath might lack. So it'll be fun to see, because Conroy and McDade definitely will steer the ship.
Let's see which hairdryer had the better effect in the two teams at half-time as we go back to Eamon and Marty.
And so the second half is about to begin. And we were just thinking there, Joanne, what you were talking about, Eamon and myself, because we're up on the 7th floor here in the commentary position in the Upper Hogan, and there is a breeze, but it is obviously very warm on the pitch, and it has to be a factor, a valid point made by Joanne.
Yeah, 100% Marty. It was definitely a factor in that first half. Interested here with the way that Galway have set up for the throw-in here. Matthew Thompson's on the sideline, but as well as that, Shane Welch is over here in the 10 position. So if Cian Darcy wins it, expect it to be coming this way. And if you're Kieran Caulfield with both Matthew Thompson and Shane Welch coming at you, could be an awkward one to be dealing with.
4 times level in the first half. 1 point between the teams as a result of John Maher getting that point after the hooter was sounded. And Shane Walsh is playing at right half forward with Kieran Caulfield right beside him there. Two of the best players in the country, I would have to say, doing different roles, but very, very effective. And away we go. Referee throws the ball in, and Meath with Brian Menton starts the second half. Lending a little bit of assistance is Sean Coffey. Over far as Donald Keoghan. Keeping it wide is Conor Duke. And he's been doing that all afternoon, getting a lot of ball. Jordan Morris back inside. Looking around is still Conor Duke getting inside the cover. Can he fist it across? And the referee has blown his whistle, and it's correct call. As Conor Duke, as he was trying to get the fist to the ball, he was being held back here. You can see it there. Free in for Meath.
Yeah, and Jordan Morris actually did brilliantly in the first place out near the sideline, Marty, because he wasn't expecting the pass from Conor Duke. He retrieved it and played a quick 1-2 to set Conor Duke on his way. So well done to Jordan Morris as well.
Matthew Costello is going to take the free. He scored a point in the first half. That's the first score from a free in the game, because all the points for both teams have been from play, which is a remarkable statistic in itself. So Matthew Costello gets the second point of the game in the first free of the match. Sides are level for the 5th time. Meath 7, Galway 7. Kick out from Conor Gleeson, going straight down the middle. Punch down far as John Maher. Peter Cook. Gone forward is Liam Silk. Goes long instead. Over towards Rob Finnerty. Nice ball inside for Dylan McHugh. Going through. No foul. Was that touched along the ground? I'm not too sure. Kieran Caulfield is under severe pressure. But the pressure you have to compliment coming from Galway. Comes back for Cian Darcy. Matty Tierney. Matthew Thompson. Back out for Cian Hernan. Matthew laying it off as Peter Cook. Meath tried to regroup.
Galway in very narrow and a kind of a spinal formation here now. They're definitely trying to set up something here. Peter Cook is going to come back and release Jack Glynn down here.
Jack Glynn, all the players more or less on the 40 now going inside. One player inside at the moment is Rob Finnerty. For Shane Walsh, lovely in space. The use of the hot ball, floating it high, floating it very high, but not over the crossbar. 4th wide of the match from a Galway perspective. I mentioned Sigerson a good bit in the first half, but here's a man who played with UL, University of Limerick, in the Sigerson this year. Billy Hogan giving the indication he's going long. Easy ball for Cian Darcy. John Maher. 9 on 9, Adam O'Neill. Shane Walsh, Adam O'Neill putting the hard work in, but just a little bit over exuberance, crossing the line, an infringement, and Galway take the free quickly. Matthew Thompson, Peter Cook gets on an amount of ball. Stepping up to the challenge, laying it off quickly. Back out first, Cian Hernan. Back first, Peter Cook again. So energetic, Matthew Thompson. There's nobody immediately available. Cian Darcy does the necessary now. Shane Walsh and Meath take the gift. Now can they counter-attack at speed as Galway retreat in numbers? At full throttle is Sean Rafferty taking on the responsibility. Great work by Jordan Morris. He has the skill. Can he get there at the end? Galway are there in numbers. They get there eventually. Jack Glenn is the one that takes it up and declares Galway man is fouled.
Yeah, brilliant defence from Galway, Marty, because it looked like Jordan Morris was gone. Solo slightly got away from him and he ended up getting swallowed up.
Matthew Thompson circles around and waits for the arrival of Liam Silk. Gone inside now. Matthew Thompson and Matthew Costello seem to get a belt there, accidental as it is, just seemed to blind him momentarily. To his credit, he's back up. Meanwhile, great block down. Ball is breaking. Punch down. Picked up by Brian Menton. He's going long, and it's a right ball. Up for his own Frayne. 2 against 2 in around the house. Owen Frayne. You have to jig a little bit to the left or the right. That's been the responsibility of Keith Curtis. Owen Frayne available again. Inside the 40-metre arc, shooting and sending that to the right and wide. 2 opportunities coming to Meath. Owen Frayne, the captain, acknowledges that he should have been done a little bit better. Great block down, I must say, by Meath, and a good punch down as well into the path of Brian Menton.
Yeah, great block down from Brian Menton, and then a great kick on in the first place to set up the attack. Cian Darcy sprinted back, but the game is littered with mistakes, really, Marty, on both sides. Skill errors, wrong decisions, you know, shots being dropped wide. It's this funny kind of game in that regard. We're not used to seeing it at the moment. Players are so good and their skills are generally on the money.
You mentioned a series of errors. There's a good sequence of it. Nobody handling it properly. Ronan Ryan gets it away. Seamus Lavin is under pressure. There to help is Kieran Caulfield. Pushing the back means a free for me. There was enough Galway players there not to foul, but they were exactly over-exuberant, and Caulfield clears his line. Heading towards the Meath 65-metre line is Sean Rafferty. Played for the first time in Croke Park in the Leinster football final against Louth. This is his second game and he's doing well. Looking around to see who's available. Gone forward is Kieran Caulfield. It's Rory Kinsella with the possession. Sends it over towards Matthew Costello. Outside the 40-metre arc. Inside it now, as you can see. Thinking about jinking and riding. He's on the 20-metre line and he shoots and scores. It's his 3rd point of the game. Second was from a free. 3rd is from play. First in the first half. Costello is a class act.
Excellent score, Marty. Very early in that move, he was looking for the ball. He wanted to take on his man. Obviously, the energy to do it. Right-footed as well, you know, emphasising that he's capable of kicking left and right.
Cathal Hickey is coming on for Keith Curtis, and Cathal normally plays at left half forward, the central sound man. And also coming on is Paul Conroy. So both managers being aware, they allowed them the 5 or 6 minutes to make an impression at the start of the second half, the starting 15. But now it's Cian Hernan that's making way. Oh, I thought actually he had a good game in the first half, I must admit.
Yeah, he did, yeah. It's just to get Paul Conroy onto the pitch now, Marty. They need his presence and they need his kicking ability, possibly, and his accuracy.
Referee giving him the advantage because clearly Johnny McGrath was being fouled. Comes far as Liam Silk. Advantage now over as Galway continue on. Paul Conroy kicking it forward towards Shane Walsh, who's taken up residence around the full forward line as we anticipated. He was out in the half forward line in the first half. Staying goal side is Ronan Ryan. Back out for Sean Kelly. Great ball from Matthew Thompson over towards Dylan McHugh. Quick ball into John Marr, who's waiting for it a little bit, got a little bit submerged. Peter Cook has to dance around a little bit. Comes back out for Rob Finnerty in the middle, coming through the middle, but slipping and sliding. Sean Kelly converging him as a whole pile of Meath players. Comes back outside, flicked away for Matthew Thompson. Good play Galway. Peter Cook is available to his immediate right. Cook is looking for it. Matthew Thompson holds on to it. Did he overcarry? Referee says no. And Matthew Thompson puts that between the post and over the bar. Good score.
Yeah, Shane, brilliant. Shane Welch nicknamed him Magic Thompson during the week there, Marty. That's what he calls him. He was able to make the split-second decision just to adjust, opened it up for himself. Great finish. And we mentioned that there was mistakes, Marty, but it's ferociously intense. Everything's being battled for. The players are really putting their bodies on the line, so we have to give tribute to in that regard.
We mentioned again, as we learned at half-time from Joanna and our panellists, very warmed on the sideline. And even, I have to say, it's getting warm up here too. We're getting hot as we're looking forward to the rest of the second half. Paul Conroy. Sides are level again. Meath 8 points, Galway 8 points. Sean Kelly.
Killian McDade is getting ready to come on as well for Galway. Another big addition for them, Marty.
It's the depth of talent so far. Here's John Marr getting inside. Seamus Lavin was possibly fouled as he was taking the ball, but the referee says not quite. And ball is wide. No objection from John Marr. It remains at 8 points each. That's the fifth wide of the match for Galway. Killian McDade has been very impressive. All-star midfielder, of course, in 2022. And it's Peter Cook that makes way, but he's given it absolutely everything.
Yeah, he ran himself into the ground, Marty. He'd have been aware of the role that he would have been playing that for the 45-50 minutes, and to keep constantly running, both in terms of attacking and defending, and Peter Cook did his job.
Billy Hogan going long. Brian Menton is underneath him. Did so well. Kicks it forward. On the overlap, it's Conor Duke. Duke pulls the brakes, needs a little bit of support. Popping the ball is Jordan Morris. Here's an opportunity. Dead straight in front of the posts. And Hill 16 comes alive with the green and gold of the Royal County on this particular occasion. Great score, Jordan Morris, and well created by the Royals.
Yeah, fantastic. Brian Menton's having a huge game in the middle of the field, both in the air, as we saw there, and in terms of being willing to kick the ball forward as well, as he did for that score for Jordan Morris. A lot of the Meath players are comfortable in left and right, Marty. It's a good sign of the coaching and the work that's being done with them.
Johnny McGrath sends it out wide towards Killian McDade. Getting his first kick in this All-Ireland quarter-final. To Liam Silk, using the long ball to great effect. Rob Finnerty trying to get in along the end line. Jinkle turning, perhaps overdoing it. Has to go back out for Shane Walsh, who makes himself available at the edge of the 40-metre arc. Matthew Thompson gives and goes, dead straight in front of the post. Kicks it high. Is it curling too much? It is. Gone right and wide. 6 wide in the match for Galway.
Yeah, it was a great setup. They'd actually 4 kicks in a row in terms of getting it up the field and getting it into a good position, but Matthew Thompson just pulled the shot. Breeze can be tricky down at the canal end at times, and he's probably still getting used to it.
2 Meath lads collided, and his referee is going to hold it because the care of the players is a priority. Galway objecting initially, but there wasn't a call between Rory Kinsella and Kieran Caulfield, and they both went for the same ball. Heavy collision.
Yeah, to be fair to Martin McNally, Kieran Caulfield in particular got a heavy knock there, and while Killian McDade was away, he had to hold it up to make sure the player was okay.
Robbie Brennan, since taking over this Meath team, has done a remarkable job. All-Ireland club winning manager, of course, with Kilmacud Crokes, living in County Meath for a number of years. And of course, later on in this programme, Sunday game, Armagh against Kerry coming up at 4 o'clock on this very channel. And of course tonight at 10:15 on RT2, you can join us on the RT player as well. Seamus Lavin is being replaced momentarily, at least, by Brian O'Halloran. Good player as well. dual star, Meath hurler as well with Kildalkey. Matthew Thompson given a lot of space. Sean Rafferty comes out to take him. Coming from right half back still is Dylan McHugh. To his immediate right is Matty Tierney. Has to use Tierney. Here comes the convergence by the Meath players. They overdid it though, and that's going to be a free, and he's showing, Martin McNally showing a yellow card to Sean Coffey. Rough play, he says, I think.
He gave him a right poke, all right, yeah, it was a yellow card, Marty. The slipping is a major factor, Marty. You know, it's probably, players probably have to play in the direction they're facing in down in that particular part of the pitch, because as soon as you try to get turned, fellas are slipping and they're getting surrounded then and turning the ball over.
Conor Gray is coming on for Meath, and the player that's making way is Adam O'Neill. Conor Gray, another one of the Dunshaughlin boys. Great club in County Meath. Rob Finnerty going to take this. He's going for it, and he's getting it. Second point of the match for Rob Finnerty.
Yeah, Galway could probably do it actively, trying to get him on the ball a bit more, Marty. He hasn't seen enough ball for a forward that's so dangerous and playing so well this year. Great kick out, Billy Hogan.
Number 7 on your screen. Galway Meath 7 times level. Conor Gray gets his first touch, having just come on from Adam O'Neill. The speed and the skill of Jordan Morris, laying it off quickly. Great ball work, and here comes the shot. Is it over? No. Ball is wide. In fact, he's going for Hawkeye.
By Matthew Costello's initial reaction, he felt it was over, Marty.
Let's have a look at this and see what Hawkeye informs us. Martin McNally, very good job as referee. Here comes, looks inside to me. That's going to be a call. Matthew Costello was correct.
Yeah, you knew the way he bounced up off the ground. He looked like he was after kicking a great point into the hill.
Meath lead by 1 again. 47 minutes coming up on your TV screen. Can't take your eyes off it. There's lots of mistakes, yes, but I have to say it's nip and tuck. Getting away from the challenger's zone frame. Really good football. Double marked. Nowhere to go. Sideline ball, but the referee is giving. It's off the boot. It looked to me like it was a Galway ball, and Dylan McHugh, judging by the head shake, would probably agree with me, but
I agree with you as well, Marty, definitely. Unless it was a free, it was definitely off a Meath boot.
They take the advantage.
Galway only have 2 up now, Marty. They're going to be caught for an infraction here. They've only 2 forwards.
And the referee, Martin McNally, has been informed, and it is the right call. Corey Joyce telling players to stay in position.
There has been the couple of substitutions.
Let's just watch this again, Eamon.
Yeah, it is very obvious.
It's very obvious. He's 100% correct.
They're opting to bring it out as well for 2-pointer, which is a courageous decision in such a low-scoring match. Marty, Billy Hogan has come up for it, so it could be a very costly error for Galway.
Billy Hogan scored a 2-pointer against Offaly. 2-pointer against Roscommon as well. Dead straight in front of the post. The keeper slips, and the keeper has sent the ball wide. A little bit unlucky, but the rain that we've had in the early hours of the day, it was a mist rather than heavy showers, but it certainly is having an impact on the pitch itself.
It's easy to be wise in hindsight, but in such a low-scoring game, you question, is it just a case of trip over the free kick inside in front of the goals? But Pádraig Joyce was furious there. He's Damien Comer is coming on here now, Marty, which is obviously a huge one. Daniel O'Flaherty, who's a brilliant impact sub as well, so they're throwing everything at it, unsurprisingly at this stage.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Daniel O'Flaherty. Came on against Down and scored 2 points. Scored 2 points against New York as well, but it's an indication when you see Damien Comer coming on that Galway are a little bit concerned about this impact that Meath are having on this game. Leinster finalists are playing well. Kieran Caulfield setting a lovely skill by Jordan Morris. And on the turn, sends it between the posts for his third point of the game.
Outstanding, Martin.
Plays his club football with Kingscourt Stars in Cavan, but he's a wonderful, precocious talent.
Again, the skills to have both sides. He dodged inside using a right-handed hand pass there. Johnny McGrath couldn't go for it because it was inside the arc. Brilliant find from Jordan Morris. And Conor Gray's having a big impact in the middle of the field as well, Marty. He's punching it back in. Galway struggling to get their hands on ball. Hence they went short there and just about got away with it.
Paul Conroy thought about giving the long ball in towards Rob Finnerty. Gives it, indecisiveness by Paul Conroy on the second occasion. And Brian Menton steps away from the challenge, puts it into the space. Meath are on a roll at the moment. Keith Curtis just taking, that was Matthew Costello, just taking his eye off the ball momentarily. But he's a confident player, making an angle for himself, trying to go through the Galway sandwich. No foul, referee does correct. Giving it over for Sean Fitzgerald, over for John Marr. Sparna, Salty and Lochnacara, along with Jack Glenn, as Galway go into counter-attack mode. Gathering the ball is Matthew Thompson. 2 points between the teams. It hasn't happened that often in this game so far. Back out first, Paul Conroy. One man up, trying to isolate that man. Good ball in to the full forward line. Laying it back. Rob Finnerty, having received the pass from Matty Tierney, that's going to sneak outside the post and wide. Disappointment for Galway. 7 wide of the game. Off the boot this time of Liam Silk. Daniel O'Flaherty is the first player from Galway to be introduced. And the player that's coming off will be announced in a moment. But listen to the roar as Damien Comer comes on. And making changes. Matty Tierney is the player that's making way. And there's a welcome from Ronan Ryan to Damien Comer. Welcome back to the championship. Damien Comer doesn't like it. The tension is now palpable. The intensity has gone up a notch.
Yeah, I think this is one of the reasons that Pádraig Joyce probably held Paul Conroy, Marty, the importance of having both Conroy and Comer on the pitch at the same time because of the relationship they have. Conroy's brilliant at putting kicked ball inside, and he will use Comer, you can be sure of that, as soon as he gets a chance.
Billy Hogan, a little bit indecisive. He has to get it away. Sean Patton was penalised yesterday. Throw away the ball, but he had to. Meath have it, they get it back. Plenty of green and gold jerseys. Laying it in turn for us, Ronan Ryan from Summerhill. Needs a bit of support, gets it back, just about. As far as the fullback, Sean Rafferty. Rafferty has 2 players in front of the Cusack stand if he needs them. He opts for one. That player is Conor Duke. Heading down the wing. Being pursued by, guess who? Sean Walsh. Acting as defender, still Conor Duke. Quick hands, lovely ball. Here comes the shot, saved, touched on the line and saved on the line. It's Johnny McGrath with the help of Conor Gleeson before that. It was the first real goal-scoring opportunity for me. A roar, it might be full house, but it is a wonderful atmosphere.
It's outstanding from Rafferty, Marty. Outstanding play.
Considering it's only a second game ever in Croke Park. Never played minor under 20. Meath are all rocking and rolling here. Giving the ball inside. Kieran Caulfield steadying the shot. And he sends it wide. And when you have the momentum, when you're a team trying to make the breakthrough like Meath are, if you know what I mean, and by making to the semi-final, you have to take advantage of those moments.
You absolutely do. This could be a huge moment as well. Great save from Conor Gleeson. Johnny McGrath did absolutely brilliantly, Marty, that he didn't touch that ball on the ground and he managed to get his way out. But what a challenge from Rafferty. I think that Galway could have had a bit of a grievance previously when Liam Silk caught the kick out and he was tackled straight away, but Rafferty, in contesting the ball with John Maher, blew him out of his way, old school style, and won the ball.
And the space has opened up. Opportunity coming. Daniel O'Flaherty loses the possession, and Meath are tackling ferociously, fairly, passionately. Is there anybody back in Trim or Dunboyne? Because they all seem to be in Croke Park. Long ball coming from Sean Coffey. It's a sweet ball. Goalkeeper is undecided. Till the turn, there's an opportunity. He works his way inside. Can he shoot? Stopped. And now there's a shot, and the ball is in the net. It is incredible. It's a wonderful score by John Shockland's Conor Gray. He did it all himself. A wonderful moment for the Royal County. county, and they're gone mad in Croke Park. The people of Meath, is this their day? Do they qualify for an All-Ireland semi-final? And he tucked it away, Conor Gray. Beautiful.
He did brilliantly, Marty. The question mark will be probably whether Daniel O'Flaherty was fouled earlier in the move. Conor Gray just kept going and going. They were roaring at him down here on the sideline in front of us to take the point. He'd no such thing in his mind, only the back of the net. Huge task for Galway to pull this back now.
The punch down is really working for Meath. And Galway look, in boxing terms, on the ropes at the moment. They have to try and recover quickly. And they go forward. What's he doing there? It's Seamus Lavin. Great defending by Galway. Lavin, the cornerback, giving it back outside. A point here will be invaluable. Is it on its way? Yes, it is. They are rocking towards the All-Ireland semi-final. Jordan Morris with his 4th point of the game. Brilliant play by Seamus Lavin, the creator, the finisher, Jordan Morris.
Yeah, this is the foul. Yeah, it was probably the correct decision. Daniel O'Flaherty went to ground very easy. We see Rafferty putting his hand in. Daniel O'Flaherty kind of tried to grab his hand. Rafferty pulled it out. Probably the correct decision, even though I thought at the time that Mark McNally got it wrong, led to the goal. But as you said, Marty, Jordan Morris in particular is surfing the wave of enthusiasm from the hill from the Meath followers at the moment. We see Conor Gray here again. He did absolutely brilliantly. The ball broke away from him. Galway were unlucky. Sean Fitzgerald nearly got a block, but he stuck it in the corner. Massive credit for a man who had such a disappointing year last year with pneumonia and everything, all the challenges he came through. Brilliant for him.
Brian O'Halloran is coming on for Meath. It's a full house now, and there's nobody leaving our TV screens or indeed the pitch or around the ground. Wonderfully caught by Liam Selk. The Connacht champions are in deep trouble here. They have 16 minutes or thereabouts to rectify the situation, well within their capabilities, may I add. The challenge, however, is a high one, and the referee immediately blows his whistle as Carl Hickey is deemed to have been the guilty party. And Carl Hickey actually received a black card in the game against Kerry and had 10 minutes in the sin bin. This was a high challenge, a high challenge indeed.
Marty, he was lucky.
He was lucky. Yeah, there was a follow through.
There was a follow through said by the West Clare man. Exactly. he made contact with the shoulder first of all, to be fair to him, but there was a follow through with his elbow.
He's lucky to be on the pitch.
He is.
This is the angle for Shane Walsh. A score is absolutely vital here. He follows through well on this occasion, Shane Walsh, and that's a 2-pointer. They're still alive.
They're still alive. What a huge kick, Marty, and he's been even carrying his ankle a bit, but he stepped up when he was most needed there. As we know, look, there's an awful long way to go in the game. Meath have the momentum, Galway have the experience. Long way to go, yes.
Kick out from Billy Hogan, goes straight over the sideline. The momentum swinging back to the west. Brilliant play. Rob Finnerty. And there is an opportunity here. It's McDade back in the net. Galway's hopes and dreams are very much alive. Now that is character. That shows you what this Galway team are made of. Now there's only 1 point between them again. Beautifully created, superbly finished. McDade, the hero for Galway. Rob Finnerty with the pass. Killian McDade with a blasting shot into the back of the Meath net.
Incredible hand pass from Rob Finnerty. You'd have expected him to be using his right hand there, Marty, but he used his left hand, floated it into McDade's path. Came from the kick out that went over the sideline. This now is where Meath have to dig in, and they have to show and try a bit of experience in terms of trying to navigate these 15 minutes now.
Brian Menton with the sideline ball. Battle for possession here, scooping it out, nipping in. John Marr. Now you hear the roar from Barna and Ballinasloe and Loughrea and everywhere else around Caltra. John Marr, only 1 point between the teams, remember. 57 minutes on the clock. Matthew Thompson, wonderful recovery by Galway. Coming down the straight, Jack Lynn. Looking for the ball is Rob Finnerty. Floating one in. Brilliant combination, Damien Comer to Keane Darcy. Back off the post. And Seamus Lavin is underneath it. Slipping and sliding, and that party loses possession. Shane Walsh is trying to come in. They can't pick the ball off the ground. Not at this stage. Meath come away with it through ferocious pressure. Great pressure from Galway. Slipping and sliding again. High challenge from Damien Comer. And the referee is indicating keep matters cool here. There is a bit of a panic and there's a yellow card. This time it looks like Kieran Caulfield.
Comer has been absolutely incredible since he's come in, Marty. He's turned the game. He won the 2-point free. He gave the pass to Rob Finnerty, who passed it on to Killian McDade. He's after winning that free. Kieran Caulfield is getting booked. What an incredible contribution in 4 or 5 short minutes since he came on. He's some player, and considering the lack of game time he's had over the last couple of weeks, it's just remarkable. He's a remarkable player.
What a comeback though, Eamon Fitzmaurice by Galway. When their cage was seriously rattled, but they've responded like a truly, really good side. Rob Finnerty.
They have, Marty, and I made the point earlier. Oftentimes we saw it with Donegal as well last night. When you're on the road 3 weeks in a row, it's as the game's going on that you can get stronger and stronger and stronger. It can be hard to get going at the start. That's the way it's been so far, but this is still not over. Meath will have a say in this still.
8 times now they've been level. 112 Galway, 112 Meath. There's nowhere for it to go. Look at the pressure from Galway. Meath respond, picked up by Sean Coffey. Tries to get it inside. Great work by O'Flaherty on the ground. He has to release the ball. Meath have it back again. It's just so intense. Ball comes loose and available. Matthew Thompson. Galway on the attack, heading down towards the down end. Look at John Maher. Heading towards goal. Will he shoot? This is surely an opportunity. Back in the net. Galway! An amazing recovery. Wonderful, wonderful Galway. When the chips were down, when they needed to show character, when Meath really tested their mettle, this was how they responded with the second goal of the game, tucked away beautifully.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Liam Silk, Marty, he was outstanding in the phase where Galway were under pressure. He's after coming forward and getting the goal there. Robbie Brennan is furious down in front of us. He's wondering, was there a throw in terms of the hand pass that got them away in the first place? But the battling and the intensity and the turnover down in front of us here, that's what led to the goal chance in the first place. But when they got the chance, by God did they go for it. As you said, led by John Maher's drive through the middle.
Galway have now scored 2 goals and 3 points in 4 minutes. That's all coming after Gray had scored the goal from Meath. The Connacht champions have responded magnificently. And now Meath. This is a test. 11 minutes to go. Looking around to see what they can create. Dropping this in. A score would be invaluable, and they've got it. Great point by Owen Frayne. His first in this All-Ireland quarter-final. The captain showing leadership.
Exactly, Marty, a captain score. Here we have it now, this one here where all
throw ball.
No, in fairness, Meath actually got the ball back from that and gave it away. Was it a throw ball? It might have been more off the ground than a throw ball, but brilliant finish from Liam Silk. You'll expect nothing else, but as I mentioned already, he was absolutely incredible in the period where things weren't going well for his county.
Seamus Lavin is the player that's going off.
I'd love to see that again, Marty.
Rafferty going back into Mark Damien Comer. Sorry, Eamon.
Did Daniel O'Flaherty actually have the ball in his hand? There was more of a flick, but it broke anyway to Sean Coffey, and it was after that they turned it over.
Punchdown is working well for Meath. This game is far from over. Long ball from Matthew Costello, and it's a good ball. 2 Galway players are coming back to marker. Here comes the pull, and Conor Gleeson dives to his immediate left and sends it out for a 45. Good goalkeeping.
Brilliant from Jordan Morris as well. Direct ball inside. When it broke him, he just pulled in it. And as you said, fingertip save from Conor Gleeson. That's the second fantastic save he's made now, Marty. Conor Gleeson. He had the one in the first half where he tipped it over the bar as well.
He really had to stretch his very tall body of about 6'4" to his immediate left. Fingertip save to put it out for a 45. 2 points between the teams. 10 minutes to go or thereabouts. Billy Hogan tried already from around this area. Justice slipped and slided as he was taking the shot. Firm feet, tension, palpable around Croke Park. Connects well, but he knows himself it's gone to the right and wide. Disappointment for Billy Hogan and for Meath. 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, Meath pressed up well now on this. They'll be trying to force it long, Marty, because when they've gone long, the likes of Conor Gray and Brian Menton have done well outside there.
9 wides for Meath.
They're getting the Sharks away, in fairness to Galway, to get their hands on the ball.
Johnny McGrath losing the possession. Chance for Sean Coffey. Over inside, right man, right place. Here's another goal! The Royals are back in business. Jordan Morris gets the final touch, and the Meath people are again dancing sets and jigs in the Hogan and the Cusack stand. Galway lost possession. Right man, right place. Matthew Costello, Jordan Morris, Batman Robin of Meath combining. It was great vision by Costello, great finish by Morris. Meath are bow back in front. What a game, what a quarter-final.
As good as the goal was, Marty, I give Jordan Morris even more credit for the tackle. It was a brilliant tackle. He punched it away from around the back. Galway possession, and they're not going to go away. They're going to fight back up again.
Killian McDade sending it in towards Sean Kelly. Little touch gives it over first. Damien Comer. Galway responded once, twice. Now they have to do it again. Comer looks around to see who's available. Shane Walsh, lovely old-fashioned dummy there that works wonders. Meath under pressure, chasing after him is Kieran Caulfield. Shane Walsh makes an angle for himself, and Shane Walsh sends it to the right and wide. Galway have now registered 8 wides in this match.
Yeah, he did brilliantly to open it up in the first place, but it was almost like he snatched slightly at the shot at the end, which is so unlike him. Brilliant kick out from Billy Hogan.
Well kept in by Conor Duke. Seemed to fall as he was over the line, but he did rather well. Conor Duke in for his Rory Kinsella. Meath will be happy to control matters now and retain the possession. On the clock, we're heading towards the 63rd minute. 7 minutes of unbelievable tension for the people of Galway and Meath in an intriguing, pulsating, exciting quarter-final. Back first, Conor Duke.
You tipped extra time at half-time, Marty. Still on the table.
Here comes Carl Hickey, making a little bit of ground. Turning inside. That is a beautiful score. Carl Hickey. It's time for Meath people to rejoice. Look at the space. It just opened up in front of him. He saw it. He had the confidence, the swagger, and the football ability.
Yeah, all of that, Martin. He had legs as well. You could see that he had the legs to go by people and open up the chance for himself.
Mark McNally wanting to have a word with Conor Duke. Looks like he's looking for a blood substitution, and the substitute is Owen Harkin from Dunsany. He's coming on. Well, I have to say, when you think of Meath footballers of the past, when you think of the O'Rourkes and the McEntees and so many more, I also think of the Reynolds. I know Pat and Niamh Reynolds are in Portugal. I say they're on their feet in Portugal at the moment. What is going to happen here? Kieran Malloy from Curragh-Fenn, another one of the All-Ireland club medalists, is on. Sean Kelly is the player that's gone off. It's been a long time since Meath beat Galway in Croke Park, the 1970 All-Ireland semi-final. They've met in the past, in more recent past, in Portlaoise and Navan, but it's a long, long time since Meath beat Galway. 1970, is this their day? Is this the day when they qualify for an All-Ireland semi-final as well? Questions about to be answered. Kieran Caulfield looking around. As much as Galway have shown great character, we also have to show and admire the skills and the talent and the character of Meath to respond.
Absolutely, Marty. They haven't gone away and they won't go away. It's part of the Meath DNA anyway, but this particular group are definitely embodying that.
Ball is spread over towards Jordan Morris with a personal tally of a goal and 4 points. Over towards Carl Hickey. Nice ball inside to Jordan Morris. Johnny McGrath's with him. Look at the skill. Trying to get the ball in. Last touch is off Johnny McGrath. That's going to be a 45, and the clock will meanwhile tick those seconds away to the 65th minute. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Billy Hogan is coming again, Marty, and I just saw a thing there. One thing that you'd see with all the Meath players, anyone who's been interviewed over the last while, when they're asked about Robbie Brennan, they speak about belief and the belief that he puts in them. Billy Hogan looked to the sideline when the kick was awarded. Straight away, Robbie Brennan was telling him, get up, clap, come on, you can do it. So emphasising that belief. So we'll see here now if Billy Hogan can follow up on his manager's belief for third attempt.
Billy Hogan, as Eamon says, third time round. Did it against Offaly, did it against Roscommon. This time, he aims for the other post, and the ball again is wide. Disappointment for Billy Hogan. Disappointment for Meath fans, but on the scoreboard they're leading by 2. 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to go before the hooter will sound. Conor Gleeson, who's made 2 magnificent saves in this All-Ireland quarter-final. Meath push up on Galway. He has to go long. Martin McNally is allowing the Galway goalkeeper the time. Goes long. Oh, what a catch. Fabulous. Great work. Paul Conroy dropping this in. Billy Hogan braces himself and gathers the possession. Comes out with it and lays it off smartly, efficiently.
Probably wasn't the option from Conroy because he'd runners with him, Marty, and they've ran through so effectively as they did for the goals. It was probably the wrong option, even as good a kicker as he is.
Kieran Caulfield started the move. Ends up with the goal scorer, Conor Gray. Got the first goal. To Brian O'Halloran. Nice ball. Good ball. Heading towards the 13-metre line. Can he get the boot to the ball? Yes, he can. Wonderful play by Jordan Morris. I saw him in the league game way back in the winter. Himself and Owen Frayne. They are 2 of the best corner forwards I'd seen in a long time.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Marty. He's here in an All-Ireland quarter-final, scoring 1-5. And that last league game they had against Louth, he got a horrendous knee injury that day. It looked like it was the season over for him. But the way he's battled back and the contribution he's making has been incredible today.
Kick out from Conor Gleeson. Changes the direction. Oh, great catch. Cian Darcy. Under severe pressure. Not for the first time he's done it this afternoon.
Yeah, second in a row. What a brilliant catch from Cian Darcy. Shane Welch is coming again.
Quick ball from Rob Finnerty. Damien Comer turning, shooting, and just inside the post and over the bar. He's made an impact physically and indeed spiritually. He's not just a creator, but he's a finisher.
Again, a great score off his left side, Marty. You know, as I mentioned already, the fact he's so little played, to be able to get to up to the pitch of this game as he has since he's come in has been massive. This is a huge kick out now. Whoever wins this.
The most dangerous lead in Gaelic games is a 2-point advantage. Catching it magnificently is Conor Gray. Into the path of Sean Coffey. Coffey lays it off to Jordan Morris. Look at that for skill. Looking around, chinking inside. He's causing serious problems. Still Jordan Morris, and sends that over the bar. He is magic, Morris. A goal and 6 points. He has been splendid. Absolutely brilliant. But full credit to Conor Gray from Dunshaughlin, the creator, out in midfield.
Conor Gray's had some absolute massive impact since he's come in the air, scoring the goal. But Jordan Morris, again, as you said, Marty, he's just been absolutely outstanding, as has Brian Menton, who's gone off. He hasn't another ounce to give after that performance.
Cian McBride.
Yeah.
Cian McBride from St. Ultan's coming on. 67 and 40 minutes, 67 minutes and 46 seconds. The kick out, touched perhaps along the ground. Push.
Yeah, it's a free.
It's a free anyway.
Yeah. No, he's a free. The Meath gang over in the Cusick Sand thought they had it.
Free is taken. Killian McDade. 2 minutes to go.
Comer's inside all on his own, Marty. You'd wonder, like, is there a case to be made now to just put it in on top of him?
Matthew Thompson. Damien Comer being marked by Sean Rafferty. Billy Hogan is on the edge of his small rectangle. Now back on the goal line. Here comes the shot. Brilliant. That's over the bar. Brilliant play. Shane Walsh with his 4th point of the game.
Again, another huge kick out, 1-point game, minute and a half in the clock, Marty. He was double checking that it was a 2-point. It was a 2-pointer. Yeah, it was absolutely a 2-pointer. Right. Yeah, but they were just double checking it. Massive kick. Brilliant from Billy Hogan. How Galway had switched off that now. Now they have to press it. Now they have to try and get the ball back.
A minute and 5 seconds left. They have to get the ball away. They succeed. Ferris Ronan Ryan gets the return pass. Not a great one. Bit of a hospital pass, to be honest with you. But it works out fine for Donald Kilgan. 69 minutes and 10 seconds.
Donald Kilgan again there, though, Marty, now again. Patrick Joyce is calling for the time to be stopped because Donald Keoghan is down, but Donald Keoghan won the kick out in the first place. He was available, he came out, he won the free there. They're after taking about 20 seconds off the clock.
The free is taken. Matthew Costello on the clock. 30 seconds to go when the hooter will sound. Still Matthew Costello trying to get away from Killian McDade. The free has been given. The free is to Meath, and the clock will continue down to the 70th minute. Is this the day when Galway exit the championship? For Pádraig Joyce, frustration, disappointment, perhaps. There will possibly be injury time added on. Well, of course, it has been on with the hooter. I'm so wrapped up in the game.
He stopped the clock. He could see what was going on there with Meath. Owen Frayne is over now. Owen Frayne is going to try and get it post-hooter if he can, Marty. If he does, it's game over, obviously.
2:16 Meath, 2:15 Galway. Meath have not been in All-Ireland semi-final since 2009. The hooter is sounded. And the referee blows the whistle and Meath celebrates.
That's it.
Galway are out of the championship. Meath are in the All-Ireland football semi-final for the first time since 2009. Galway are shell-shocked. Meath can hardly believe it. The Royals are back in football big time. Brian Mention can afford a smile. They were gone for a while. Robbie Brennan did it with Kilmacud Croke. In his first year, he has spread the magic of Robbie Brennan, sprinkled it all over the Royal County, following in the footsteps of the great Sean Boylan, because Meath are back big time. The Connacht champions are devastated and beaten. They've given us so many joys over the summer, but now the day belongs to Meath. They lost the Leinster final to Louth, but for Meath, today is their day. Pádraig Joyce congratulates his opponent Robbie Brennan. What a game, what an All-Ireland quarter-final. Eamon Fitzmaurice.
Well, how smart was Conor Gillespie, the Meath selector there at the end, Marty. He went down to Owen Frayne. He told him kick it wide. He didn't want to risk the ball going across and staying in play. He knew the hooter would be sound before Conor Gleeson got it back out, and it was game over. Ball burst for Galway. What a win for Meath. What a journey they've been on throughout the summer. They deserve massive credit. No one will want to see them coming in the semi-final either.
Absolutely not. And all over the ground here in Croke Park, there are green and gold flags blowing everywhere. Tears of joy everywhere in the county of Meath. Jordan Morris with a goal and 6 points. Wonderful display. Meath joined Donegal and Tyrone in the All-Ireland football semi-final. You may not believe it right now, but believe it if you're watching the Sunday game or listening on RT Radio 1 on Sunday Sport. This is their day. Full-time score in a remarkable quarter-final. It is Meath, the Royal County, the great county of Meath, scoring 2 goals and 16 points to Galway's 2 goals and 15.
Marty Morrissey, Eamon Fitzmaurice, what have we just witnessed? Last year, 2024 Leinster Championship, Dublin beat Meath by 16 points in the group stage. Meath couldn't get a win, beaten by 10 by Louth, beaten by 15 by Kerry, beaten by 3 by Monaghan. Now they are through to the All-Ireland semi-final, and the man who is key to it all is our man of the match. He's currently with Cathal.
Joanne, thank you very much. We're down here at pitchside with the player of the match, Jordan Morris, and Conor Curry from AIB is here to present Jordan with his award. Jordan, congratulations. Can you talk us through how you're feeling right now?
I think emotions are fairly high at the minute. We're probably the only group in the country that thought we could make it this far, so we're going to keep pushing on now.
What about that second half? The momentum shifted both ways so often, but you managed to pull it back towards the end.
Yeah, something we've probably been working on, trying to control the game in the second half a bit. Galway got a bit of a run on us and we clawed it back, so it just shows good fighting spirit with the young lads here.
That momentum that you had and the big Meath support inside the stadium as well.
It's unbelievable, you know, growing up and stuff of dreams here. Absolutely everything you want. No feeling can describe this. 2 weeks' time now, we hope to have you all back again, cheer us on.
And that you've got an All-Ireland semi-final to look forward to now. How good is that?
It's unbelievable. We're relishing every week we get to train together, play together, so it's another week under the belt now. Let's hopefully push on.
Jordan, congratulations. You're the AIB player of the match. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers. Up the Royal!
I just remember, we didn't think we were going to see that man in championship action when he went down with what looked like such a serious injury in the National League game against Louth, and here he is, putting in a man of the match performance. Such a disappointing afternoon for Pádraig. Conor Glass, we just heard, I'm just looking at Kieran Caulfield, who's next to us, who might come along and join us in just a moment. We just heard Jordan Morris say that nobody in this country gave them a chance apart from them. You gave them a little bit of a chance.
I absolutely did. I thought they would get a serious bounce off the 2 weeks that they had off. And look, they didn't take a back seat. They just went after the game from the beginning, so fair play to them, and they deserved the victory.
They absolutely did deserve the victory. A man who has been key to everything Meath have done this year is the man with number 7 on his back today, Kieran Caulfield, who's come in. Kieran, what does that feel like?
It's nice to come back up here now after maybe the last day and just put in a great performance. And we probably have been building nicely, and we came in today with a lot of belief, and just so happy to produce it out there in Croke Park.
You say belief, and it was funny because Jordan said nobody was giving us a chance. Was that talked about an awful lot?
Well, not between us anyway. Maybe outside noise is, maybe Galway are obviously heavily favourites. They've been very successful in All-Ireland runs the last few years. We probably haven't, but we just thought it was our time to kind of push on and kind of push this team into the next level, and just so happy we could do that.
It must be an amazing feeling. We see the likes of Donal Keoghan in there, we see Brian Menton around the middle, but most of that Meath team are so young, aren't you? How old are you, Kieran, by the way?
I'm 21, so
yep.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a few of the older lads there, but it's a lot of us have come up underage playing together. Most of us have nearly been playing together for 5-6 years now, so maybe it maybe translates to senior a bit quicker, but look, age is only a number. It's just, we go out to play football, and if we put the scores on the board, win the game.
We have one of the all-time great halfbacks beside you who wants to chat with you.
Kieran, just something that I've heard a lot of you mention, Robbie Brennan. He's obviously had a huge impact on your belief and what you've done and instilled. How big has he been for you collectively over the years so far?
Yeah, I think Robbie's just one of them. He makes you nearly believe, like you're 10 foot tall, I think Owen said during the week when his interviews. So look, he just believes in us on the pitch, and once he crosses the white line, he leaves it to us, and he believes that we have the work done. And the lads are brilliant during the week. Between training and analysis, they have us prepared perfectly for the game
because
today.
It was so evident when Galway got the 2-2 consecutively. The easy thing for ye momentum was let it slip, get the goal back again, and again that's that belief that you're on about. Maybe externally not so much, but within your group that it was just so key in that last quarter.
Yeah, it's probably something with the rules now, and momentum is such a big thing in games, and that's probably something we weren't great at the start of the year, kind of if we lost momentum. So it is something we've worked on, and I think in the last few games it's really something that has come to help us near the closing end of games, and look, it's just brilliant when you come out at the other side of it.
Kieran, will you just before we let you go, will you take us through your own role, because you are so key to Meath defensively but also in attack?
Yeah, I don't know, most lads just say I just run around, which is fine by me, but look, the way it is now, it's just everyone has to attack and everyone has to defend. So look, I just do my bit, and if I do that and at the end of the day we get the win, I'm happy enough.
He was never going to take any credit, sure he wasn't. You have so many celebrations to do, but you're probably not going to do that many celebrations. I'd say you're already looking ahead to proving more people wrong, yeah?
Yeah, look, we'll stay for the next game and then probably wait for the draw tomorrow, and go again here in 2 weeks, and it's great for the Meath fans to have something to cheer about again.
Well, it was an incredible performance. Well done to Kieran Caulfield and to all of his Meath teammates. We do have our man Kerry coming up, but we're going to be analysing this in just a couple of minutes.
SuperValu believe in community, and community includes everyone. From the moment you start saving, it feels good.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
For over 100 years, Ireland's state savings has helped people to save. With as little as they like, for as long as they want. Ireland State Savings. It's a good feeling.
RedClick Home Insurance includes emergency home repair with a dedicated 24-hour helpline. You're covered for up to 4 call-outs a year without affecting your no-claims bonus. It's a helping hand you can count on. Right click. Oh.
What you need is right in front of you.
This one's for you, Grandad.
Deep River Rock won't make you better at bowling. Will make you better at hydrating. Deep River Rock. That's better.
School shoes already. What's next?
I don't know. Well, she's definitely going to be the best student in her class. What if she gets really into sport? Maybe not that into sport. Then there's marriage. That could be a big one. And what if I'm not around? And what if...
I know. Maybe we should concentrate on the shoes.
For 80 years, we've been helping people embrace life's changes. For health, life, pensions and investments. A better life with Irish Life.
When did we meet? We met about 8 years back.
Come on, girls, let's go!
He just has a way of looking into my eyes.
So considerate. Really knows how to treat me.
Owns his own business, you know.
I think he's gonna pop the question.
Better or worse?
Much better.
Our opticians own their stores, so your care is their business, which can make them rather popular.
Apparently, he's seeing half the town.
Yeah, broken down in the middle of nowhere.
No, we'll miss the whole party.
Yeah, look, there's nothing we can actually do about it, so...
Genius here, forgot to put petrol in the car.
Classic Dad.
You're welcome.
Tow truck guy said 4 hours.
If we're lucky.
I know they're going to hate us. Oh, no. There's nothing we can do. Oh, look, a tractor.
Good food, good mood. From Aldi.
Tough times for Galway, but what a day it is for the Royal County. They are back in an All-Ireland semi-final for the first time since 2009. He's waited a long time for this to happen. This man, though, is only in his first year in charge. Let's hear from the Meath boss, Robbie Brennan.
Robbie Brennan, congratulations. What a win for your team. Can you talk us through that second half?
Yeah, massive win. Well, I'm just so proud of the lads. That's not easy. That's a really good Galway team, obviously. A lot of work done, and we executed most of it today, and there was a point in the end right down to the wire, and phenomenal.
The first half was very close. The second half ended up very close as well, but the momentum shifted, Robbie, on a couple of occasions. How pleasing is it for you that your team managed to wrestle it back, having conceded those 2 goals?
Yeah, second goal was a killer, I think, just from our point of view, but we just kept screaming in, just keep playing smart football, and they did that. We responded well with a point, brought it back to 2, and kind of felt if we could get it to 2 or 3 down the stretch, had a chance. Obviously, Walshy the Devil kicked the 2 there and put us under pressure near the end, but thank God we held out, yeah.
What was the most pleasing aspect from a performance point of view for you?
The work rate. Like our S&C team, Phil and Drakey, David Drake and Phil Campbell put in ridiculous work with this group, and like we knew we could run all day here. Whatever the temperature was, we could keep going, and I think the boys showed that today.
What sort of momentum will you take, not only from winning the game, but winning it in that manner now?
Yeah, that's massive for us. Like last time we were in here, obviously didn't go too well for us. We were on the other end of the scoreline, losing by 2, and we swore we'd get back here this year, and we did. And I suppose it's nice just to follow up on that one. We're the last team in Leinster left in the championship, so it's not giving all the Nordies all their own run, you know.
And now you've got an All-Ireland semi-final to look forward to. There's a huge Meath support here today. I guess that'll ramp up now, will it?
Oh, it's massive. The noise is just incredible. And I'd say the Leinster final stood to us in that experience as well. And maybe a few people probably cancel holidays. I'm not too sure they planned for us to be at this stage of the season, so might have to be a few refunds. But look, I'm delighted we're there, and that's the next step for us.
Well done, Robbie. Congratulations.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers. Thank you very much.
And understandably, very, very happy Robbie Brennan there. The lads certainly felt their work rate was key as well. But we're going to look at other stuff to begin with. Conor, let's do it maybe chronologically. So Conor Gray's goal looked like it could be game-changing, and of course so much happened afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Here it was a great turnover for the Meath, and what Meath do very well is they just break a pace and play with the head up. That's what they done in the first half. Maybe they had a few misses in the first half, but they got a lot of joy now. So Sean Coffey's pass here, that's just immaculate. He just hits the space, doesn't try to hit the man. Conor Gray probably second guesses himself whether he can pass it to Costello, but look, stick finish. Like, to be fair, Conor Gray wouldn't be known for his goal scoring. He's more known for his midfield dominance, but to be fair, he took the goal really well, kept the calm head, and finished really strong.
And not that I want to rub salt in your wounds, but obviously Derry were well ahead of Galway, and they put in this really, really late spurt. And then we saw, Lee, that it looked like they were going to do it again, because they came up with, what was it, 2-3 without reply?
2-3, and inaugural to that was Comer. Now, this is a great response. Shane Welch hits an absolute monster of a two-pointer to bring the game back to 2 points. And then you're kind of waiting for the response. And then again, Billy Hogan hits the ball straight over the sideline. You don't think anything's going to come off it, but this is the threat Comer brings to Galway. It's that directness. But watch the way he wins the ball. He wins the ball hard, low, and he skips up. Beautiful pass to Fearnley. And what I love about this pass, he goes on his left-hand pass into Killy McDade, and an absolute brilliant finish. That hand pass is as good as you'll see in a game of football. It's absolutely brilliant. But Comer is the focal point of this. Like, his 5 minutes I've been introduced, Joanne, was key to Galway, and it really brought them back into the game, and you thought that was going to be it then. They're going to push on, go strong. Here we have a bit of a controversial moment. Is the ball on the ground? Is it thrown? It doesn't matter. Galway play on. Thompson gets the ball into space, looks up, watch John Maras run straight to the middle at pace. You think he's going for a point, and slips a lovely hand pass again into Liam Silk, who finishes lovely. And you're thinking now the curtains are coming down on me. The battle is up, and to be fair, you think that's it, and me come back in. This is, I'm not sure, can we classify as a throw ball or off the ground? I'm not sure. To be fair, Galway deserved that bit of luck, because a few decisions probably did go against them. But listen, you can't take away from the finish. And but again, it all comes down to the introduction of Comer, but it wasn't to be.
Did you predict that at that stage Tomas, Meath would come back into it and hit 1-3 without reply themselves?
No, I think Meath deserve unbelievable credit, Joanne. I think the directness in their play in the first half didn't show scores. In the second half, they capitalised on everything. The composure they showed up front, the shot selection they took, the scores they took. They won midfield. To come out in that second half, 6 points in the first half, 2-10 in the second half. Never panicked, never changed plan. Galway came back, 2 points up, but Meath kept winning midfield, kept putting the ball in direct. I think it's unbelievable. It's the story of the championship so far, what Meath have actually done here, and their key men showed up for them. They just didn't lie down. Galway got up and to be fair, showed character for 10-15 minutes, but I think what Galway couldn't handle was how direct Meath were, how they constantly ran at the Galway defence. Galway couldn't get bodies back, and as I said there, in the first half they weren't going over the bar for them. In the second half, Morris was absolutely outstanding. But you can't underestimate, Joanne, we said at the very start, Galway can't afford to go into a dogfight. There was a dogfight there in the middle of the park. Meath had the answers up front in the second half. Galway didn't.
Conor Gray, we're on about Conor Gray. His contribution was massive. Like, the amount of breaking ball he actually broke to Meath lads was key. We were saying when he came on, and then get the goal on top of it. Like, he dominated that third quarter, fourth quarter.
A big thing is where in the name of God are Meath after coming out of, like? I mean, they probably had those players there last year. Some of them weren't involved. They have a very young squad. It's the belief that they have now. Nobody thought that they would do well, and they're after knocking out.
Well, they are very young.
I know, but they're after beating Dublin, they're after beating Kerry, they're after knocking Galway out. The one blip was the Louth match, which if they had it back, you'd fancy them again. They're growing in belief and totally deserving of their win.
And they'll probably continue to be written off, but you might do that at your peril, because who knows, by the end of July they may be the ones partying like it's 1999. But as for today, it leaves just one place to be filled in the semi-final lineup for 2025. Armagh and Kerry are on the way.
SuperValue believe